It is our mission to embrace the ideal that our show shall always strive to belittle the stupid and to play an occasional song. We shall also strive to take all of your requests, but to never, under any circumstances, play those requests. It is our mission to offend as many people as we can in the shortest time possible. We shall always remember that no matter how pointless and stupid the things we say are, we shall present them in such a way that they will be lessons that will last a lifetime. We shall strive always to do nothing and to be mean. We shall strive mightily to always be the #1 morning show in Salt Lake, or, if not that, the #2 morning show, or at least somewhere in the top 15 or 20 morning shows. At least once a year, we shall go to someone's home, and we shall eat really good food, and we'll make you wish that you could be there to share it with us. And finally, it is our mission to always remind the listeners that we never lie, and we're always right. So let it be written, so let it be done.
Usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
Well, I am confused because surely this woman's work, Kate Bush, it's Kate Bush's birthday today.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
But surely, even aside from that, it's Rat Scabies' birthday today.
Oh.
Rat Scabies.
Who's Rat
He's the
Scabies?
Damned. From the Damned.
The Damned.
I
could have played.
Rat Scabies?
I think I have some in my iPad.
I bet you
of
do.
The Damned.
So it's
And we can't play.
We are missing Rat Scabies' birthday completely.
And we can't play this woman's work because Muhammad's away at camp, and that song makes me cry anyway.
Running up that hill.
No, that's not.
What happened there? Why I didn't see anything in my list of things.
On this day.
Yes.
In 1991, Metallica
Yes.
released their single Enter Sandman. And on that day, I,
Yes.
Gina Barberi, on KJQ, our old radio station, our program director came in and handed me a CD, because that's how we used to do things.
And a cigarette. CD and a cigarette.
And the CD, I remember the cover. It could be None More Black.
None More Black.
It was just a black CD.
Yeah.
And he said, "You're going to play this on your late night show tonight." And I said, "I'm playing Metallica on the Modern Music Station?" And he said, "Yes. This song is so good, it should be played and I will forever be
well, why don't you write him a lovely note and tell him that
I
today?
will forever be complimentary to him for being. I mean, that's a brave thing to do.
Write him a note today.
Isn't that a brave thing to do?
Or foolhardy.
No, that song ended up being their biggest hit ever. To this day. They're coming to town.
They are.
In November. The 30th. Festus, that's your birthday present.
He doesn't care for Metallica. Right? He doesn't care for Metallica.
No, he loves Metallica.
No, but if Kate Bush ever comes to town.
That song really does make me cry.
I don't. It's Running Up That Hill. That's another one, right?
Yeah. No.
Okay. That's
this woman's work.
That's the Running Up That Hill is the only one that sticks in my mind.
This woman.
Why is my microphone so echoey? It's like I'm talking in the bathroom or something. Seems really. All right.
This woman's work was from the She's Having a Baby soundtrack.
Oh, that's right.
And it's the whole scene where she's having the baby.
The baby, yeah.
And I'm serious, Carrie. Don't cry.
No, see,
No! don't. No.
Yeah.
No.
Kate Bush always does that in songs.
No.
She's actually a great singer.
She just released some new stuff here a while ago.
This is the one I remember.
This one doesn't make me cry.
It's a cool song, though.
There's two others in here.
What are they?
I still dream.
I don't know that.
Yeah, we used to play that.
Mm-hmm.
This one I don't remember.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
How old is Kate Bush? 70
She's
something?
84. 84 today. So, anyway, we had to get the show officially started. And so I guess check-ins, 877-602-9696 is the number to call to check in with the Radio from Hell show. Again, we remind you, if you want to get rid of this terrible feature, don't call. Because the day we get no calls is the day we stop doing it. I don't know why we offer a prize, but we do. Ogden Twilight concert tickets, 877-602-9696. Call in and tell us, what, in 3 words or less, what's something that you like that almost no one around you likes? Something that you like and you've tried to tell people you like, and they go, what? You like that? Maybe it's a food item, maybe it's a movie, maybe it's some kind of music, maybe 3 words or less. What's something that you like that no one around you, no one in your close associations likes? 877-602-9696. That's the number to call.
Let's get underway then.
I know one thing that everybody would like: get rid of their glasses or their contact lenses.
It's so much better. It
Life.
really is. Because I still remember those days of trying to keep the glasses clean, and then when you switch to contacts and all the hassle with that.
We just my family and we just got a membership at a community pool. So I went to the pool the other day and jumped off the high dive and thought, oh, I would have had to have somebody hold my glasses before. Hold my glasses! I'm going off the high dive. So go to Hoops Vision and stop worrying about lenses, contact lenses, and glasses, because you can get LASIK surgery, and it's more affordable and more available to more and more people. Hoops Vision they're the experts. Call today, get $800 off your all laser LASIK procedure, 0% financing. Here's the number. Call and make an appointment. They're very nice, and it's no obligation. 877-30-LASIK. That's 877-30-LASIK, or go to hoopsvision.com.
You better get your ass to the X96 Toyota Big Ass Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, direct from the haunted house near you, he's the guy who chased you out at the end. I was scared. He wears the hockey mask and threatens you with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
He is Chainsaw Guy.
Yeah. How are you? You're the little girl who wet her pants last time, aren't you?
You scare me every time, Chainsaw Guy.
Chainsaw Guy, it's good to see you. Of course, a lot of people know you as the guy who chases you out at the end of the haunted house with the chainsaw.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
And you've been very busy.
Yes, very busy. This is my big night.
But a lot of people don't know that Chainsaw Guy is also a very sensitive man, especially in the ways of love and relationships.
Thank you. And I am a licensed sex therapist.
Now,
Sex therapist?
When you are when you're doing your sessions, do you wear the mask? Or do you take it off ever?
The mask never comes off. I do change the jumpsuit occasionally. You like the new one?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, well, I thought it was time for a new set of overalls, and so I got the bright orange like a prison inmate.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
It adds to the menace.
Thank you.
All right, Chainsaw Guy, we have. I believe we indulge her every year. Chainsaw Guy, we have on the line Tim, Tim is on the line, who's desperately in need of some of your love advice. Tim, go ahead and tell Chainsaw Guy exactly what's going on and ask your question when you're finished.
Sure, Chainsaw Guy. Well, my question is, I'm in a relationship with a girl named Audrey right now, and everything's going swimmingly with her. She's great. The problem is with her mother. Her whole family is all LDS and very LDS, and I'm very not LDS.
Yes.
Her mother naturally has a problem with that.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to know, Chainsaw Guy, what should I do?
Well, Tim, I'll be going to take, and I don't take it. Or for cesarean. And okay, and that's something. I got this and again, and then mother and daughter, and you take both of them that you send those for a lot of not necessary, and a curry on top, and I take the first over, and I send the other. And then I end up doing both.
So there you go, Tim.
Thank you very much.
I left out the part where, Chainsaw Guy has his chainsaw with him. It's all a key.
It's a pulling.
Part of the, it's a pulling. Yes, it is a pulling.
I'll
Catherine.
get rid of a Husqvarna.
I don't blame you. Catherine, Chainsaw Guy is here. What is your question?
All right. I'm curious because I've been dating this guy a couple weeks.
Are you bi-curious?
Are you bi-curious is what he's asking?
That's what I said. Are you bi-curious?
No. I'm just curious because he keeps on saying that he wants to just love me to pieces.
Oh.
And I just don't know if I should let him do that because it kind of creeps me out.
Uh-huh. Well.
So, Chainsaw Guy, what should Catherine do?
Well, Catherine, all you do is, first to the Lord, is to get a refrigerated truck, and then you do it in the thing. And then, the second on the piece by piece, all the way, and then you turn, and then I kind of get a little bit, and then you just watch him, and then he will up for them, and then he can love more of you in more places.
There you go, Catherine. I hope that helped. Are we done, Gina?
One more.
I'm always up, although I'm very busy. I've got
he does have to go and sharpen the chainsaw blade.
Just one more.
All right.
What do you mean? It's not a chainsaw blade. It's a chain, you idiot.
Yeah. Brittany.
Hello.
Hi, Brittany.
Chainsaw Guy is here. What is your, tell us about your situation and then ask Chainsaw Guy what to do.
I have this friend that we've been friends for a long time, and I have a crush on him, and I just met his new girlfriend, and he wants me to honestly tell him what I think of her, and I can't stand her, and I want to tell him how I feel, but I just don't know. Chainsaw Man, what should I do?
Well, I like to listen. Catherine, Brittany, what are you doing? I think I know. And then go first. So you get a girlfriend, and then you go ahead and you really have a partner. So what you need to do is try about to see what you think about. And then you go home, and then I think I will now go and talk to Maggie. And then if you think what you want to and then you want to do, and then I think the car is very end up in a three-way.
So there you go.
Thank you.
Brittany, thank you.
No, thank you.
Can I go now? I've got a lot of people to scare.
Yes, thank you very much.
Sure.
Chainsaw Guy.
Are they performing now?
All right, yes. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Chainsaw Guy. It's just amazing he makes time on Halloween.
Look at that. He's out the door. Look at that.
There he goes.
Here he goes. Orange jumpsuit, his pulling chainsaw. There he
Hockey
goes.
mask.
For another year, gone.
Glad he got rid of the Husqvarna.
Yeah.
It's not as scary as a pulling because they're higher pitched.
Yeah. I remember when he started, all he could afford was an eager beaver.
Be a part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, apparently the check-in feature will continue. Again, people think this is a joke. This is no joke. This is deadly serious. If people don't call, we will not do this feature. All right.
It's the truth.
It's true. All right, let's officially begin the program, Gina.
Just go for it.
Just go
do
for
it.
All right. The moon is a waning gibbous moon. It's 93.7% of full. The moon will set today at 8:56 a.m., today being Monday. It's the 30th day of July in the year of our Lord 2018. And this is North America's most concomitant radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, the oligarchs of the airway, the sons of the soil, the cucks of communication. Yeah, that's us. Kerry Jackson. I'm Bill Allred. That's Gina Barberi. The senior executive producer of the Radio from Hell show is Richard Stedman. Dylan Allred, no relation, is producing video for the show, which you can see at x96.com/live. And is it Festus helping out today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
Check-ins brought to you by the Ogden Twilight Concert Series, continuing Thursday, August 2nd, with critically acclaimed Canadian indie rock band Broken Social Scene. Get tickets at ogdentwilight.com, or maybe you'll win them from us right now by checking in.
All right. Let's begin with Jordan.
Jordan.
Oh, sorry, Jordan.
Somebody, Jordan?
I was doing some work, Jordan. Sorry,
Jordan.
that's not your fault.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi, how's it going?
Jordan, fine. 3 words or less, Jordan. Something that you like that almost no one else around you does.
Ooh, 3 words or less. I would have to go with
You've given this
waking up early.
Okay, I see you've given this a lot of thought.
You like waking up early.
I actually really do enjoy waking up early, yeah.
Why is that, Jordan?
I don't know, it just, I like to wake up early, listen to some music, like get my vibes going for the day, get my fluid pumping in my body. And
Fluid pumping is always important first thing in the morning, I've found. I try to pump as much fluid as I can before I come to work. Otherwise, if I don't pump it, I'll just have it. It'll be everywhere, all over the workplace, and I don't want that.
That's no good.
No, Jordan. Thanks
Thanks, Jordan.
Thanks, Jordan.
Of course.
Good luck. All right, let's go to Kiri.
Kiri. Good morning.
Hello.
3 words or less, Kiri. Something that you like that almost no one else around you does.
Drinking pickle juice.
Drinking. You know what? I have been drinking a glass of pickle juice every night.
When you say a glass, how much are we talking?
It's about 2 ounces. It's like a shot of.
A shot
like
of pickle.
a big shot of pickle juice every single night.
Why are you doing that?
Because I have been at my wit's end of getting cramps in the night, Charlie horses, and just horrible. And I keep hearing people say,
It saves that.
the pickle juice will help that, and I looked it up online, and there are some medical studies that say it does, and so I got some pickle juice. You can just buy jars of pickle juice, and by God, it works.
Really?
It really is working.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's really good for you.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It has lots of potassium.
Yeah, that's probably, they say it's probably the potassium that does it.
You know, we haven't had a Radio from Hell branded food item in a while.
Radio from Hell brand pickle juice.
I think that should be our next one.
The next one.
Yes,
Yeah.
Dylan, get on that.
Do it. I'll buy it.
All right, Kiri.
All right.
Thanks for checking
See
in.
ya.
We could have a booth at the farmer's market.
Yeah.
Patrick is here.
Hello there, Patrick.
Hello, guys.
Patrick, 3 words or less, something you like that almost no one else around you does.
In 3 words or less, metal detecting.
Metal detecting.
Oh,
but we don't have a beach around here.
See-
Where do you go metal detecting?
Oh, do you go to the park?
I go to parks, ghost towns, that sort of thing.
Ghost
towns? So what's the most interesting thing you found? I've always wanted to do this. What's the most interesting? Yeah?
I found some pre-Civil War, like military buttons, all kinds of coins from the 1800s, gold rings.
It's too bad you didn't find a new phone.
I think he did find a
I
phone.
know.
Yes, he
Metal detector.
Found an old phone. Yeah.
That's why.
I'm stuck on ghost towns. Are there a lot of ghost towns around?
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, I'm out in good old Tooele. There's all kinds of old stuff out here.
Yeah. Yeah, there's people. There are towns out there where people packed up and say, "We don't want to live out here." I don't know why.
Why did we ever
I don't
start?
know why.
I don't know.
I don't know why there's still people out there. Hey, Patrick.
Yeah.
Would you like to go to the Ogden Twilight concert series?
I would love to go.
All right, hang on the line, and we'll get you some tickets for that.
Hang on there, Patrick.
Now
I don't know.
You're not the only one person on text. Things that you like that nobody else likes.
Who is going to say it?
Grease 2.
Oh no! I was going to say somebody has got to say "Radio from Hell."
I want to.
They did.
Did
yeah.
they? Okay. Yeah.
We got that text.
I can sing all the songs from Grease 2 if you need me to.
Gina?
Cool Rider.
The fact that you have admitted that means it's time for you to retire.
Reproduction.
It's time for you to just put your headphones down and go home.
Let's see. Natty Light.
Oh, yeah.
Tim the Tree Guy. Let's see.
Eating canned frosting, somebody says. Just like scoop with the spoon out of the...
Yep. I know people who do it.
Pineapple on pizza. I love pineapple on pizza.
I like it too.
I don't know what the problem is with that.
No, I don't.
Celtic punk music, is that really a thing? Lots of people like Celtic punk music.
New York Mets. All right. Okay. Coming up.
Yes.
Big boy news and a pinuendo.
Mm-hmm.
Very important sports with Ed Brass.
Oh.
Also on the way.
I better straighten my tie.
We have very important traffic I need to do quickly, Kerry
Traffic?
Jackson.
Okay.
There's a crash, I-15 southbound, that stopped all traffic near Lagoon. Now, they've stopped traffic in order to move the accident victims off to the side.
Was that's southbound, did you say?
I-15 southbound by Lagoon. So it's the only thing being reported this morning, but pretty serious, especially if you're in Davis County. That's traffic.
All right. Thank you very much. Park City Culinary Institute.
It's not in Park City.
No, it's here in Salt Lake, 1484 South State Street in Salt Lake. And, we've been talking about, become a master chef, learn how to cook with master chefs. And but they also have a baking and pastry program as well. It's an 80-hour certificate. It includes knives and other equipment and tools, a uniform. Package, the program covers high-altitude baking, which is something you need to learn if you're going to be a baker. Cake decorating, how to bake tarts and quiche and all that kind of stuff. Their pastry chef, Rebecca Milliken, launched a chocolate line for Amano Chocolate, and she'll be teaching you about baking.
Oh, nice.
But this is a great thing. They have 1 to 3 month programs with day classes or evenings, so you can attend after work, full or part-time. I mean, you probably want to, you've wanted to do this for a long time, and you've just never thought, I could do that. Well, now you can with Park City Culinary Institute.
People have changed their careers.
Exactly. Career change, home cooks, or maybe you're already in the industry and want to upgrade your skills. Talk to them. They've got a great program. Go to info.parkcityculinaryinstitute.com or just go visit them down there on State Street, 1484 South State Street. Park City Culinary Institute. Mention X96 when you enroll, and you'll receive a free all-clad pot valued at $200.
Stay tuned for a 1-hour nonstop music wingding right after Radio from Hell on X96. Radio from Hell with Carrie, Bill, and Gina. 96.3 FM, X96.
Richie flew back from Cedar City, and he flew back on the plane, on the SkyWest plane, with a celebrity.
I sitting in the waiting, in the waiting room, the lobby, if you will, waiting to get on my plane. Hey,
at the terminal?
At the terminal. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
But, Cedar City has a brand new airport, so it's not really like a terminal.
Mhm.
It's like a cabin, like a mini Cabela's looking airport thing.
Okay.
And terminal was the word I probably should have used there.
Right.
And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I see my old friend Mike Levitt former governor and now
his old friend.
Well, and here's why. Hey, Mike. Apparently now Bill's told me I should have called him Mr. Secretary. But I said, hey, Mike. Hey, Richie. How's it going?
So how do you know Mike Levitt? He's from Cedar City.
He's a Cedar SUU grad, and I met him the first time. My dad used to work for him.
Oh, that's right.
And then also, though, when I did a TV show down at Southern Utah University called SUU Live, and we had him come on and sing Happy Birthday to us, he thought he was going to be discussing hard-pointed issues, and it was kind of a mix between Saturday Night Live and a Late Show with David Letterman kind of format. And so we got him to come on and sing Happy Birthday to us and eat birthday cake.
Yeah, it was like the Late Show with David Letterman and what else?
And Saturday Night Live.
But kind of the non-funny versions
exactly,
of those.
If you can remove all the humor from those.
All of the intelligence and humor out of it. It was kind of like that.
That's exactly what it was. So he sang Happy Birthday, and he's never let us forget that.
So did you tell him what you were doing? Where you'd been? Did you chat with him at all?
I did. I said, I've been working. I was down here for the radio station. He knew that I worked. He said, how's that going? I said, pretty well, working in Salt Lake. Work for X96. And he kind of went, he knew exactly what that was. I said, you're welcome to be on the program tomorrow morning if you'd like. I guess he was flying to D.C. later last night, too, so obviously he couldn't. But
did he have really any idea what X96 was?
I think
he's been on the show before.
Yeah, his face read like that he had a clue, an inkling, if you will. But just, I asked him. I said, this bird flu really a big deal? Are we really needing to worry about it?
And he said, nah.
Yeah, forget it. No, he says, it's kind of like a tropical storm. It could be something big or could be nothing. I said, okay, thanks.
What a thoughtful man. He's such a thoughtful man.
He was a nice guy.
So you rode back to Salt Lake with Mike Levitt, eh?
Yeah.
All right.
He snores, I think. It was either he or his Secret Service guy that was snoring on the front of the plane. There was only 10 of us, so we're like, come on.
I'll bet it's him. You know why he's snoring, don't you?
No idea.
He has bird flu. That's one of the first symptoms. You snore.
I'm surprised he was flying with the bird flu.
Oh, no. It makes it easy to fly. Yeah, that's part of you get the bird flu. Part of it is you start to fly.
96.3 X96. On X96.
All right, 6:33. Very important sports with Ed Brass coming up. But first, big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Elevate your summer at Snowbird, offering daily activities like the aerial tram, mountain coaster, and all-new Woodward Rectangle. Pre-purchase your all-day activity pass online at snowbird.com.
Tragedy.
Oh.
Double tragedy.
Triple.
Triple? I hope. I only know these two. Grandmaster Sexay, dead. Nikolai Volkov, dead.
Who else is dead?
Another pro wrestler.
Another pro wrestler.
On the same day.
Another pro wrestler, dead.
Brian Lawler, son of Jerry the King Lawler.
That's Grandmaster Sexay.
That's Grandmaster Sexay.
Brian Lawler.
Also, Brickhouse Brown.
Brickhouse Brown, I don't know. No, not Brickhouse.
He has also passed away.
Now, Brian Christopher Lawler, Grandmaster Sexay.
Is that who that is at x96.com/live?
Yeah.
That's him, yeah.
Did he die from too much self-tanner?
He hanged himself.
Oh, jeez.
He was found, he hanged himself in jail. His mother says he passed away Sunday surrounded by family and friends after being placed on life support Saturday night following a suicide attempt in jail. I guess it was a successful attempt because he didn't die immediately, but his father, Jerry Lawler, his brother, Kevin, and other family members were there. Let's see, does it say why?
Why he was in jail?
He was arrested of a DUI. He led cops on a chase, the DUI. And Nikolai Volkov, best known as the evil Russian who teamed up with the Iron Sheik.
His tag team partner.
Yeah. He has died at the age of 70. WWE saddened to learn that Josip Nikolai Peruzovic, also known as Volkov, has passed away at the age of 70.
Brickhouse Brown died. He 57. It was the cancer.
Lots of wrestling.
Well, they always go in threes.
Wrestlers
in wrestling. Thousands of people have had to flee their homes in California, Redding, California, after wildfires surged near a small lake town in Northern California. Deadly blaze farther north slowed slightly as crews stretched to their limits across the state, fight flames that have claimed the lives of both firefighters and civilians. Over 600 homes have been destroyed. 4,500 buildings are under threat. There is just a horrible audio of a grandfather, it was a great-grandfather, who recounts talking on the phone to his great-grandson and his wife as the fire comes for them and gets them. Well, Grandpa, why can't you come and save us?
Oh, geez.
It's just horrible to hear. Now, firefighters in California are saying they're feeling a little more optimistic. For a while, things were just totally out of control. They have begun to get some of it under control, but and they make these estimates. I don't know how they do it, but they say it's 17% controlled at this point, and we're making progress.
And we've got them here too.
Wildfires here in Utah, in the northwest corner of Utah. 2 fires there merging to become one large fire. The Goose Creek fire, 100,000 acres, and then it met with the China Gym fire. Firefighters say it's being fueled by brush and timber in the area. They believe lightning strikes started that. Currently, there are no mandatory evacuations, but the small town of Grouse Creek is on standby. It's a very small community. There are a lot of ranches out there. Precautions are being taken. Crews are having a difficult time fighting this fire because resources are stretched so thin. There are many fires burning across the West, Utah, Nevada, California. And so it's like firefighters from here and planes and things like that go to California, and then a fire breaks out here. What do you do? How do you?
And our air is horrible because of it. It's the California and the Utah fires.
And that now the Tooele fire, is that contained? Is that done? I don't know. But that one was causing a lot of smoke on Friday and Saturday here in the valley. So now let's see. The LDS Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
The legislature.
Has responded to a man who has launched a hunger strike to protest church policies regarding interviews with children and youth. Sam Young, who's a former LDS bishop from Houston, Texas, stopped eating on Friday at 7 p.m. On Sunday morning at 9, he announced his hunger strike. He said his goal was for the church to stop one-on-one bishop interviews with children and youth and to end the use of what he described as sexually explicit questions during those interviews. The church specified in March that its policy is that children and youth can bring an adult of their choosing to a bishop's interview. That directive is codified in Handbook 1, the General Handbook of Instructions for Local Leaders. In June, the church released a standardized set of questions for bishops to use in interviews with youth seeking to go to the temple to do temple work. None of the questions are sexually explicit in any way. Now, this guy has this bishop, Mr. Young.
Former bishop.
Yeah, former Bishop Young. Sorry, Richie. Former bishop.
Context, Bill?
Says Richie.
But isn't it like being a Marine? You're always a Marine.
Yeah. Well, and they always call you bishop, sure, but...
He announced his hunger strike while standing on South Temple in downtown Salt Lake across from Temple Square. He said he will be out there. 15 consecutive nightly events on South Temple. And
nothing will come from this. I
no,
mean,
probably
they're not going
not
to change their policy.
But he's right in that. I think, why are these untrained people who are bishops? They don't go to bishop school.
No,
right.
They don't have any training, and yet they bring in people for private interviews and talk about their. It's
a legitimate
ridiculous.
question.
It's ridiculous.
Yes, Richie?
Well, so they do have some training. To say no training is not accurate.
There's a handbook.
Well, and they do have like organizational training where several of the bishops will get together. But the real problem really is there are a lot of with the standardized questions that will eliminate bishops being able to go rogue, and that was more of the problem. Is that these bishops would say, well, I know what I'm supposed to find out what they're doing, and then would go with these additional questions that the church never said, hey, ask these questions, about, say, masturbation, right? It's not ever been a question that they've wanted you to ask.
What's going to stop them from doing that anyway?
Not necessarily anything, but it's a lot of folks will go now more by the letter of it, like, these are the questions that you will ask. These are and in preparation, the youth will know these are the questions that will be asked of you. And so it's very defined now as opposed to before. It was a little less, and it could be, well, I need to find out about your sexual purity. Well, so how do I define what that would be? I'm going to ask all of these questions, where now they're saying, here are the questions which you will ask. Do not stray from these questions.
Where are those questions?
And that's in that
Handbook
handbook.
1.
Yep.
Can anybody see those?
Yeah.
Well, and that's the other part of it, too, is what the church earlier this year said, you know what, if you don't feel comfortable, here's the questions that you can look at so you know what your kids are going to be asked. If you would like another adult, either a parent or another adult, the church has made that available. So there are some movements being made, and I am by no means saying, yeah, a bishop should be able to get with a youth and talk about masturbation. I think that's inappropriate. But
they should be talking about it with their friends.
Well, that's how you learn about it. But I mean that there are strides being made, and so to say no training and that there isn't any sort of progress being made, it's unfortunate that there are people who do that.
I just think they should stop it. They shouldn't do it until somebody's of age, and
Agreed, and I think that the questions that they have defined eliminate that. But I think the problem comes less from the church really wanting to talk to you about, sexual things, and more about these guys going, I need to make sure that you're being sexually pure, and taking it upon themselves to ask the questions. That the church is like, let's not ask.
Let's move on now. President Trump on Sunday embraced shutting down the government if the Democrats don't agree to fund his proposal for the wall on the U.S. border. So I guess he's going to shut down the Mexican government, because they're the ones who are going to have to pay for the wall, right? We're going to shut down the Mexican government. What is this? This is such BS. That we have a Republican president and a Republican-controlled Congress and a Republican-controlled Senate. But the Democrats have to fund that wall.
They're the ones.
And also Donald Trump says his poll numbers are higher than Abraham Lincoln's. They did the
polls.
Rasmussen poll back when didn't they do the
no there was no polling.
There were no polling numbers.
No, there were not.
It's unclear to what he referred to a survey. It says, wow, highest poll numbers in the history of the Republican Party. That includes Honest Abe Lincoln and Ronald Reagan. It's unclear what survey he's referring to, but Gallup became the first company to poll a presidential election. That was in 1936.
He's not referring to any. He's referring to something in his head.
This is when you have an egomaniac who's also paranoid running the country, there's problem. There's a problem. And I'm sorry, I don't understand how you people who support Donald Trump cannot see this.
Well, it's a hostile liberal. All right, hostile liberal.
That's your guy.
And Gina, there's a video you need to see. I retweeted it at RFH Bill. It's one of those doorbell videos, and it's of a snake
ringing a doorbell,
coming out of the woodwork and ringing the doorbell.
Ringing the doorbell?
Yes, it's pretty creepy.
Ah!
At RFH Bill. Oh, we have it at x96.com/live.
With his tongue?
This will be very funny.
This is going to freak him out.
Where is this?
I don't remember. Let's see.
Your neighborhood.
It's in the. It's over there where you live.
Oh,
yeah.
great.
I
don't ever answer the door. So.
It was in Kansas. Well, especially if it's a snake.
No.
Oh. I want you to try these apples. All right. I have a tree here.
Weather, traffic?
Weather, like I said, the air is just terrible. So don't exercise outside today.
So don't breathe.
Don't breathe. Stay inside if you can. 96 for a high. Traffic, we've got that crash, I-15 southbound. This is right near Lagoon. Now, earlier, all the traffic was stopped there in Farmington. I think they've got it back going again, but still causing slowage in that area. Right by Glover Lane is where that is. Left lane is closed now. That's traffic.
And sports brought to you by?
What's better after LASIK? Pool parties. Call Hoops Vision today for $800 off your all-laser LASIK procedure. Get ready to take the plunge. Call to schedule today.
Well, here he is. It's Mr. Amy Donaldson, Edward K. Brass here to do sports, and also I know you're probably getting excited. We're a month and a couple of days out from September.
33 days.
33 days.
Yeah, 33 days.
I want to try and convince you maybe this year we could do. Somebody said let's do Shemptember.
It's the 50th anniversary of September this year.
Oh, well, we can't
so
do
we're not doing
Shemptember.
Shemptember.
We can't do Shemptember.
No, you could do Movember. That's all right.
All right.
We can live with that.
All right. So nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
Sporting news, please.
Welcome to the algae bloom in the gutter outside the studio edition of Very Important Sports.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it's global warming.
Yeah. Wow.
It's dangerous across the street.
Yeah.
You also have classy homeless people down here. There's a six-pack of Corona in the algae bloom.
Corona?
Yeah.
Wow.
For Pittsburgh listener Mauricio Paez and San Antonio McAllen listener Raul Montemayor, Lewis Hamilton of Great Britain won the Hungarian Grand Prix in Budapest yesterday. Budapest, as all Very Important Sports listeners know, was the home of the 1956 uprising against our friends the Russians, crushed by Nikita Khrushchev at the cost of 3,000 Hungarian lives. It's also where goulash was invented.
Incidentally.
Yeah.
Let's throw that in there.
In Major League Baseball, the standings are in the East. In the American League, Boston is in first place, and the National League, Philadelphia is in first place. In the Central, in the American League, it's Cleveland, and in the National League, it's Chicago. In the West, it's Houston in the American League, and the Dodgers in the National League. Very Important Sports still maintains it'll be the Yankees and Dodgers in the World Series in 2 months. Said that in February. I'm sticking to that.
I thought it was Yankees in Brussels.
Yeah,
Belgium.
Yeah. Yankees in we're not going there.
Okay.
We're not going there.
Aww.
I just got out of rehab for that.
Okay,
Just don't
all
be
right.
so mean.
All right.
No, don't be mean.
All right.
I was ordered to insert this. The WNBA All-Star Game. Maya Moore of the Lynx won her third All-Star MVP.
Oh, nice.
Tied for the most in league history. She scored 18 points but became the all-time WNBA All-Star scorer. She makes $45,000 a year, or what LeBron James makes in a timeout.
Yeah.
LeBron is opening a private school in Akron, Ohio, for at-risk kids. He funded it with millions of dollars of his own money that opens today, which is kind of impressive.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he actually is. In football, European powers Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Benfica, Barcelona, Juventus, Inter Milan are all touring the U.S. at the present time. And in a rare moment of sports candor, Manchester United manager Jose Mourinho said, stay home, save your money. 70% of the players in these games you will see by paying exorbitant fees will not be on these teams when the season starts in 12 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He said that they're horrible. And these are the people that he's coaching. In local soccer, Real Salt Lake 0, San Jose, worst team in the league, 0. RSL is in 6th place in the West. The Monarchs are still in 1st place in their league. They beat Phoenix, 2nd place in the West, 4-2. The Royals didn't play this weekend. They play on Sunday. So now your predictions. These are going to go into the 50 West Broadway Deloy Hansen Memorial Time Capsule. In the Premier League, Manchester City will win. They'll finish 1st. Liverpool will be 2nd. Manchester United will be 3rd. Tottenham Hotspurs, that's an angry chicken, will be 4th. In the National Football League, which, as you said, starts soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Cleveland Browns will be eliminated in Week 3.
Will they just be eliminated from the league? Are we just going to finally get rid of them?
Easy now. Don't be so mean. In the AFC, this is the year the Patriots fade. You know, interestingly enough, there was a press conference when camp opened, and Tom Brady was asked a question about one of his wide receivers, Julian Edelman, is suspended for the first 4 games for using performance-enhancing drugs. And someone asked the ageless Tom Brady how it was that they shared the same trainer and whether there was any coincidence involved in that.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, that's it. I'm not going there. Press conference over, and stomped off.
Good for him.
Yeah. They're done. I think the Patriots are done. Very Important Sports is predicting the AFC Championship game to be the Steelers versus the Chargers, and that the Chargers will win. In the National Football Conference, it'll be the Rams and the Saints. The Saints will win, so the Super Bowl will be the Saints over the Steelers.
Is it Drew Brees still the quarterback?
He still is.
Man.
I think that's why that they have a shot at the Super Bowl this year. If they have a new quarterback, it's going to be a problem for them. In NCAA football, really the only thing that matters. The Pac-12, Utah is going to edge USC for the Pac-12 South crown. This is the year that they'll win. They have great quarterbacks up at the university.
They got depth.
They do, and all 3 of them are very good. Washington will win the North. Washington, sorry to say this, will edge Utah. Utah may wind up in the Rose Bowl anyway. And the reason for that is I think Washington's going to be one of the 4 playoff teams. BYU will finish 4-8 or 5-7 with the schedule that they have. Utah State, and you can write this down.
Okay,
you can start betting on this now.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Utah State's going to win 9. They'll finish 9-3 or 8-4.
Really?
Weber State will win the Big Sky and make the 1AA playoffs, and they'll win at least 1 playoff game. They'll finish in the top 10. The playoff teams for the NCAA are going to be Alabama, Clemson, Washington, and Ohio State. I don't even need to tell you who the national champion will be.
Yeah.
It will be The Ohio State University.
Uh-huh.
The Heisman Trophy winner will be Nick Bosa, the Ohio State defensive end.
Okay.
In other sports, Larry Storch won, death 0.
He's still hanging.
He is.
Is he really?
Oh, yeah. He's 90.
He's gonna make it to the F Troop reunion show.
Yeah. In the sky.
In the sky.
Forrest Tucker's waiting for him.
He's 95.
95. And I heard an interview with him a couple of years ago. He's still pretty sharp, too.
He's sharp.
I had him on my Deadpool. I took him off.
You don't
You
get
should
any
take him
points
off.
now.
You should take him up. I think he's going to visit the Trump White House pretty soon. Finally, these are the times that try men's soul. Tyranny, like hell, is not easily conquered, yet we have this consolation with us. The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. What we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. As you pointed out, there's 33 days until September 50 starts.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
All right.
That's my favorite. Yeah. To the Bridge of Khazad-dûm.
There it is. Very Important Sports. Thank you, Edward K. Brass. Attorney at law and sports pundit extraordinaire.
You should leave the attorney part out. I hope the bar doesn't listen to this show.
Yeah, they might ask you to be the president.
There'll be a certified letter pinned to the door when I get there. See you later.
See ya.
All right, thank you, Ed.
I love it when Ed comes to do sports. Crash I-15 southbound. This is right near Lagoon, off to the right side of the freeway. Traffic is backing to the Legacy Parkway split there. And that's the only thing, though, being reported this morning. Unless you see something you want to add, text it to us, 33986.
All right.
Coming up, I received quite an honor this past weekend and got to hang with a bunch of really interesting people. And I want to tell you about it coming up.
All right, that and round one of your boner voting on the way. RandLife.com.
Yes, if you need a mortgage, that's where you want to go. Our good friends Greg and Gar at Rand Life, it's a local mortgage company, and they really know what they're doing when it comes to mortgages.
Well, they keep an eye on things like the rates, and if you're a customer of theirs, and I know they've done this for Bill. He already had a mortgage with them, and I remember the day you got the text that said, "Hey, Bill, give us a call. The rates have gone down, and we can get you refinanced and save you some money." That's the kind of thing they do.
Yep, and my monthly payment went down, and it's fixed too.
And that's just money in your pocket every month.
So call Rand Life, ask about what kind of mortgages they have available, and also if you are not quite ready for a mortgage, they'll tell you that, but they'll set you up on a program. They'll say, if you do these things, you will be able to get a mortgage in X amount of time if you follow these steps. So Rand Life are the people to deal with. They're local, 801-478-4500. That's 478-4500, or go to randlife.com.
Hey, party people, I'm John Smith, and I have for you.
Brother Philip likes Propel water.
It's Jesus' preferred water.
On the right hand of God. America, on the right hand of God.
Excuse us. Are you Brother Philip?
Yeah.
Hi, can we talk to you for a second? Sure. Yeah, we do a radio show in Salt Lake City. And we're just talking to your disciples over there. Is that what we should call them? Your disciples?
Your
brothers?
Your Jesus' disciples, really.
Oh, your associates. And we were going to chat with them for a second, and they said, well, you should go talk to Brother Philip. He's the
man.
Doing the preacher. The preacher. Now, so you do this every day here in Maui?
Yeah, I try to fulfill this.
And you have signs over there that say, sign of the times. What does that mean, Brother Philip?
It's right. I have to share it.
Pardon me?
St. Matthew.
All right, now Brother Philip's going to get out a
the Bible. It's a well-worn Bible. Looks like he's had it for a while.
How long have you had that Bible, Brother Philip?
I'm not sure, really.
And it's Matthew we're looking at.
Yeah.
Are you from Maui?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm from heaven, too.
From heaven?
Yes,
well,
thank you.
I guess we're all from heaven.
Praise the Lord. The Holy Bible, heaven. And in the morning, it shall be foul weather today. For the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times?
High of 73.
I cannot discern the signs of the times.
Although it was a great album by Prince, I know that.
That's the reason why we look in the Bible, because of things that God has spoken is coming to pass today.
Now, Brother Philip, we have a woman here. She is the reason we came to Maui is to do it. We do a radio show together, and but she's actually come here to get married.
Right on.
Should be married on Monday? Monday. And do you have any advice?
God wills.
Pardon?
If God wills.
If God wills.
That means I might not get married if God doesn't will
I've
it.
maintained that all along, but if God wills, you will get married on Monday. But do you have any advice for somebody getting married?
Well,
Back to the book.
back in the book again.
Yep.
19 now. Was it
All
19?
the answers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Look at that. He knows right where to go in this book.
Yeah.
It's like he's read it before.
Not so. Right. And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and the twain shall be one flesh.
Okay.
You're still looking for somebody to perform the ceremony, aren't you? do you do weddings, Brother Philip?
No, I have a friend who does that.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for talking with us.
I love you. Thank you so much for.
Yep. And thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Brother Philip, ladies and gentlemen, spreading the word on the streets of Maui on front.
Feel quite honored today. On Saturday night, I went to a fundraiser for Tiffany Fonahima. She's the woman who lost her limbs to sepsis. Remember that story?
Was she there?
No, she was not.
Oh,
okay. But the Phoenix wing of the it's a burlesque company, Phoenix Wing Burlesque, and they do fundraisers. And there were like two traditional burlesque dancers, and then there are a lot of people who do lip syncing, you know, and really nice people. I mean, just exceptionally nice, all of them. And one of the first highlights of the evening, of course, was it was hot in there. It was at Area 51, and I received this fan as a gift. she said you will love you can have that fan. I got this from Ithena Vision.
I want you to carry that around.
I do.
I want that to be just like in your back pocket. And
yeah, and it's nice to have. I mean, it works. You know, and she said you can just keep that. I buy them in bulk at the dollar store. So that's a pretty nice fan for the dollar store, I'll say. Yeah. So that was nice. But then as we began the evening, and I was co-hosting with Cairo Duchess, and she runs a burlesque training. You know, she gives classes and lessons and trains burlesque dancers. And the two dancers that she trained, that took lessons from her, that danced that night, I mean, this really good burlesque, you know, just traditional striptease kind of thing. And at Area 51, they could go all pasties, go to pasties. So that's as much as you can do. The law will allow in Utah is pasties.
Does everybody go that far?
Well, the two burlesque dancers did. Yes, the people who do lip syncing, they don't generally take their clothes off, but there was just some trans people there, and just, I mean, it was just a really interesting collection of people. But as I got up there to begin co-emceeing the evening, I received this honor. Kevin Hillman, who runs the Utah Gay Rodeo Association, and they haven't had gay rodeo in Utah for a few years. It's expensive to do, but they're trying to get money and together to start gay rodeo again. But I was pinned.
You were what?
Pinned.
Are you okay?
I received this pin, which is the International Gay Rodeo Association pin. And then I...
hold it up. He was zooming in on that.
X96.com/live.
Yeah,
I can't see it.
Is that better?
There we go.
Yeah. You see, International Gay Rodeo Association. Yep. Now, this one will be hard to see. This is the Utah Gay Rodeo Association, and it's just like this.
That's shaped like Utah. I can tell that.
Yeah, it's shaped like the state of Utah.
What's your event, Bill? Are you?
What?
Are you a pickup
bareback?
man?
I'm bareback.
Oh, you're bareback.
I rough it. I go bareback.
I thought it'd be keyhole for sure.
No, I'm a bareback guy.
No?
Yeah.
No mutton busting.
I don't. Yeah, I think they do have mutton busting at the gay rodeo. I'm sure they must have some mutton busting there. But man, I just, you go and you start hanging out with these people, and they're people who, I don't know how to put it. They've been marginalized by society. They have a hard time expressing themselves in just everyday life, but they get together. And it's no holds barred. They know that they can trust each other, and
they can be themselves.
They can be themselves, and it's really terrific. Like I know one of the guys there, a Desert Storm veteran, a tough guy, and there he is wearing all this makeup and a dress, and
good for him.
And it is good for him, because that's what he wants to express, and it's hard to do in society. But then you can come together at events like this, and the way they raise money, they have at the door you pay $10 to get in, and then they put tip jars at the side of the stage, and during each performance, people come up while the performance is going on and put money in the tip jars.
Oh, okay.
And then the performers. In some instances, that's money for the performers. They would just split the money among all of them. But in this case,
it's a fundraiser.
All of the performers donated that money to the cause. So.
And you just emceed
it along with Duchess Cairo. She's kind of crazy, and she's got a fouler mouth than I do. My gosh, that woman. Yeah, She was, and her daughter is there helping out. It's just really an excellent event, and I feel bad because these things don't get well publicized enough. And it's I could do more to help them publicize it, but sometimes they're not the best at getting
you the information,
getting me the information that I would need to tell you about it.
Well, that's part of the problem.
Yeah, but it's an event. If they do another one, I'm going to make sure I tell people about it, because I think it would be just very eye-opening for people who've never experienced this kind of thing to come and see it. The first time I did it, I had in April. I had no idea what I was getting into, and I was quite blown away by what it was. I thought it was going to be something entirely different. Remember, it was that Harry Potter.
Yeah, did they do that?
Yeah, it was a Harry Potter themed burlesque event, which we sort of made a little bit of fun of because it seems silly, and it is silly. But that's how I got involved with it, because one of the members of the group, said, "You don't understand. We are fundraising, and we're doing this for a." And I said, "Hold on. Just explain to me what it is." You're right. Okay, you're right. I understand now. And she and I have become fast friends. Anyway, a terrific evening. I'm really glad I did it. And thank you, Kevin Hillman, for the pins. He's about the nicest gay rodeo guy you ever want to meet. He looks like he's I don't know, he's probably about 60, and he's got a big.
Is he wearing Wranglers?
Yep.
Of course.
Big mustache and Wranglers and cowboy boots, and
it's the costume.
Cowboy hat, and he's got a big championship buckle of some kind.
Who pays for rodeos? As you were saying, they're trying to raise money to put one on.
It's a promoter, just like a concert.
Is it just like a concert?
Yeah, you have to. For instance, the Ogden Pioneer Days Rodeo, for years and years, it was. I think they've gone to somebody else, but it was Cotton Rosser and the Flying U Rodeo Company.
Yeah.
So they they still do it. I was just looking them up. They do the Payson Rodeo still, but they're a big company, and they travel around with the stock and with the cowboys mostly, and some cowboys, but cowboys follow them around, to participate.
There's a circuit.
Yeah, but it's so there's a stock. There's a company who provides the stock.
That's what my Uncle Pat does.
The horses and the bulls and the sheep for mutton busting and everything.
Yeah, it's just like a promoter. They've got their concessions people they hire, and the stock people, and they got to rent the space. And
it's expensive.
Yeah.
So the Utah Gay Rodeo Association would, they need to get enough money together to be able to afford to hire an outfit that supplies the horses and to rent the space, as Gina said, and all of that kind of stuff. And they
put up the prize money.
Yeah, prize money has to be a part of it.
I was just wondering if there was a way we could help with that, because I think a gay rodeo would be
Carrie,
terrific.
do you want a big ass gay rodeo?
Big-ass
Is that what
gay rodeo.
you're angling for?
Well, I was thinking a gay rodeo during Pride Month next year would be pretty cool.
I don't know. I'll get a hold of Kevin and ask him. I didn't ask him just like, how much would this take?
How much are we talking?
How much money would this take? But I'm thinking it would be not just $10,000. It would probably be more toward $100,000 or something like. I mean, it's not
cheap.
Not cheap to do. And guys like Cotton Rosser and the Flying U Rodeo, who've been doing it forever. They kind of get a big monopoly on it. They get well known, and they go to rodeos all over the West. They take their stock to rodeos all over the West, and people know they'll get quality bulls and quality
Burlesque
horses.
rodeo. How about that? We combine
the two. Burlesque
gay rodeo, and instead of clowns, we have burlesque.
Yes.
There we go.
We have burlesque performers with fans, distracting the bulls.
Standing on barrels.
Yeah,
out
and
in
that
the
kind of
middle.
stuff.
Okay, I can see it.
Yeah.
I would say this event could be fabulous. I think we've got something here.
I think so.
Huh? Let's make it happen, people.
All right.
Crash northbound I-15 at 90th South and Sandy. The cars are on the left shoulder, adding to delays that are already in place from 123rd South in Draper. Crash I-15 southbound near Lagoon. That should be cleared up pretty quick here, though. Looks like traffic seems to be moving back through there a little bit better. And if you see anything you want to pass on to fellow friends of the program, 33986.
All right.
Let's see. We've got Boners Round 1 coming up. Let's see. What is... number 1 is, it was a donation from a constituent. Number 2, I got a gator, and I'm not afraid to use it. And Boner candidate number 3, he was wasting our money on something he could get for free.
All right, round 1 of your boner voting, big boy news and opinioendo, all coming up next.
Radio from Hell on X96. on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 7:18 right now. It is time for round one of your boner voting. Round one, you say? Yes.
Round one.
Round one.
I say.
Because if they win here, they're not automatically boner of the day.
What?
They have to work hard to get that.
We're getting more quality boner of the day since this new round system has been implemented.
Yes, we are.
So, 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Now, these are news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You'll hear all 3 of them, and then you'll decide which one of these 3 candidates is the worst and therefore most qualified to go forward to Boner Fight and get that chance to become Boner of the Day. So we'll have round one here. We'll do another round with 3 more candidates at 8:20. We'll do the voting again. We'll take both of those winners, and at 9:20, we'll throw them into the Boner Dome. Boner Fight is when you will decide Boner of the Day. So, 2 now, 1 after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive
tickets to see Alice Merton Thursday, August 9th at the Complex. Tickets are on sale now at thecomplexslc.com.
All right, here's Boner candidate number 1. Okay, it was a donation from a constituent. Authorities say a Florida city commissioner sold his vote to a strip club owner.
You can do that?
The Miami Herald reports that prosecutors announced charges Wednesday against North Miami Beach Commissioner Franz Pierre. The 53-year-old official faces 1 count of bribery, 1 count of unlawful compensation, and an organized scheme to defraud and grand theft, as well as 7 counts of money laundering. Prosecutors say Mr. Pierre and his nonprofit collected more than $20,000 from the owner of Dean's Gold Strip Club.
They're very good.
In exchange for his vote for a special operating license, allowing the club to serve alcohol after hours. Investigators say Mr. Pierre had previously voted against the license. Pierre is being held on a $35,000 bond. He was previously removed from office for not attending meetings, but he was later reinstated. But now his future looks iffy. $20,000, vote for us being able to serve alcohol. Listen, it was just a donation from a constituent. Boner candidate number 1. Here's Boner candidate number 2. I got a gator, and I ain't afraid to use it.
A loaded gator?
Do we have the video or a picture?
I don't know.
We have the picture? Just a picture? Okay.
A Facebook video, though, shows a man chasing people in a Jacksonville convenience store wielding a live alligator. The man yells, "Y'all ain't out of beer, are you?" Is he taking that last bit of beer? You aren't taking the last bit of beer, are you?
And he's got it under his arm. X96.com/live.
Now, is he wielding it as a weapon, or is it just a pet that he's wondering about the beer?
Now, the man said, "Listen, everybody in that store knew me. I was just funning. I was just funning."
Apparently not everyone thought you were funning.
No, because there were people running away. There were people who were frightened. The incident is under investigation, according to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. I don't know if it was I don't know if it's illegal for him to have the gator, but he does. He's got a gator, and he's not afraid to use it. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, Boner candidate number 3. He was wasting our money on something that he could just get for free.
All right, Boner candidate number 3 after this pretty good-sized big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Utah Presents for the 2018-19 season with performances curated for the culturally curious. Single dates on sale July 31st. Buy before August 20th and pay no fees. Info and tickets at utahpresents.org.
I don't know if you've ever seen the program My Husband is a Murderer, Gina.
I should watch that.
You should.
Well, it's a German program, so you probably haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it.
But that's what it's called. My Husband is a Murderer.
Okay.
All right.
A German serial killer who murdered 5 female hitchhikers accidentally killed himself while performing it says here, strange solo sex act in his prison cell over the weekend. Egdius Schiffer who was dubbed the Strangler, gave himself a fatal electric shock after tying a cable from a lamp around his junk and his nipples.
In his prison cell?
Yeah. He was still tied up when guards at Bochum prison in the North Rhine-Westphalia state opened his room Monday morning. They have a bit different idea of prison rooms.
I was going to say, they have lamps and cords and things?
A postmortem established that Mr. Schiffer died of heart failure as a result of electric current. Cops said they don't suspect foul play. His lawyer claimed the murderer was not suicidal. Mr. Schiffer was sentenced to life in 2008 for a string of grisly murders. He would pick up his victims and well, we won't go into all those details. You can read them later, Gina.
Just
I know
send them along to me.
All right. But so yeah, he was able to access these things. Now he said he was tied up as well. I get maybe his cellmate helped out. I don't.
Help a friend out.
Well, come on, help. Who
am I to judge?
I need to put this cord around my nipples.
All right.
You need to help me with this electrical cord.
All right. Round the nipples?
Okay. This has to be clamped to the nipples.
Okay,
Clamped.
all right.
Clamped.
I know it's German, and you always sound like you're yelling, but you don't need to yell at me. I'm trying to help.
I'm very sorry.
How I got into a German prison, I don't know.
You should not have been doing what you were doing.
That's my sign-off, by the way.
You should not have been doing what you are doing. All right, let's see. Oh, this is a good news, I guess. Associate Justice of the Supreme Court, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, says she thinks she can stay on the court until she is 90. Yay! I'm 85 right now. My senior colleague, Justice John Paul Stevens, stepped down when he was 90. I think I got about 5 more years left in me.
Hang in there, RBG.
She's already hired law clerks for at least 2 more terms. She spoke in New York following a production of the play The Originalist, a play about Antonin Scalia at the 59E59 Theater. If I had my choice of dissenters when I was writing for the court, it would be Justice Scalia. Remember, he passed away, Ginsburg said. She said the back and forth would help her with her arguments because he would almost always take the opposing view. But she said, I like the way he wrote. He wrote very, clearly about these things. So,
yeah, I would just look to see if the RBG movie was still playing. I don't see it on the Salt Lake Film Society website.
It might be on TV by now. Was it a? I want to say it was a CNN.
I don't know, but see it where you can.
We'll
it's
ask
great.
Bill Frost when he comes in.
So an elderly woman and her 2 great-grandchildren perished in this devastating Northern California wildfire, raging into its 4th day. Family members said Melody Bledsoe, 70 years old, and her 2 great-grandchildren, 5-year-old James Roberts and 4-year-old Emily Roberts, were alone on the family's rural property outside of Redding, California on Thursday when walls of flame engulfed the home. I was trying to get to them, but the fire was just, the whole damn place was nothing but fire, said Ed Bledsoe, the grandmother's husband. Neither Ed nor any of the Bledsoe family knew an evacuation order had been issued for the area, and Ed had taken the only working car to go get some supplies. He returned to find a towering inferno. I just don't know what I've done wrong. I get 2 little angels and I leave them in a damn fire, he said. Would this be awful? And this fire has claimed at least 5 lives that they know of, and 7 people are missing in the fire. And then, of course, there are fires burning in northern Utah.
Box Elder County.
Yeah. That's a big fire. There's not much out there. There's the small community of Grouse Creek. There are ranchers out there.
Yeah, that's a lot of the land that's burning is grazing land.
And all of that fire, California and Utah, is creating bad air for us here in the valley. We're at a yellow air quality, so stay inside if you can.
In 2017, the very first Love Loud Festival a concert conceived by Imagine Dragons frontman Dan Reynolds to raise awareness, support, and money for at-risk lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender youth, drew about 17,000 people to the Brent Brown Ballpark. Saturday's follow-up, Rice Eccles Stadium, 30,000 people. Asked what that indicated to him about the progress of a state where the predominant church, a faith that he is a part of, a Mormon, what it teaches that to act on same-sex attraction is a sin. Reynolds clapped his hands and let out a whoop and said, "The people in the community want to love our LGBTQ youth, period. That's the goal of Love Loud," he said. This was at a red carpet event just before the concert. "We're not trying to change doctrine. We know we can't change Orthodox religion. I don't claim to be able to do something like that. My mom said to me, 'What do you think you're going to change, the Mormon church?' No, but I know enough Mormons and I believe in the hearts of people enough that if we all talk, I think they'll realize we need to do better and we need to change."
Good for you, Dan.
"I was taught as a Mormon that the heart comes first. I was not taught prophet, then heart," right? "I can tell you about false prophets. If a prophet tells you not to do it, well, what does your heart say? My heart says, this is wrong, so I'm following my Mormon teachings because I'm following my heart," he said.
If you haven't yet, that documentary is on HBO.
Believer.
Watch it. It was pretty compelling.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of fires, in the last month there have been fires. Let's see, this is in, I think this is in Utah. There have been fires, several fires, around the area. With all of the cases under investigation, the most recent fire, the Badger Point fire in July, was caused by an exploding target because BLM tracked down the responsible parties and charged them with misdemeanors. East Idaho News has requested all investigative reports related to these fires. They've been told the investigations will take several months to complete, but exploding targets, they think, are the cause of several fires. And we have some experience with exploding targets and wildfires, don't we?
It only makes sense that would cause a fire.
Yeah. Well, when we went down to Kaboom Days.
Where was that in?
I forgot.
Monroe was one of the towns near there.
They don't do it anymore.
No. Well, we ended Kaboom Days.
We did.
So the volunteer fire department down there would put on this event.
Elsinore,
Thank you.
Where they would put targets on the hillside, and you could pay money or whatever to shoot at these targets, and they were exploding targets. So what that means is when you hit the target on the bullseye,
kaboom.
Yeah, kaboom. Now, what intrigued us about this was that they said that they were shooting at dynamite. That was really not quite the case.
No,
but it would explode.
But it would explode. Not a huge explosion, but just so it looked kind of cool. And
that's why you do it, because it looks kind of cool for us.
Yeah. And,
so you end up burning a bunch of.
When we were there,
it looks kind of cool.
When we were there, the volunteer fire department put this on, and we were shooting at the targets, and a fire started on the hillside, and they had to put it out, and that was the last.
That was the last Kaboom Days
ever. Let's see. On Fox News, Chris Wallace went after Rudy Giuliani. Giuliani can't get his story straight on Michael Cohen. So on Fox News Sunday, Wallace confronted Giuliani, who serves as one of President Trump's frontmen and attorneys, on his flip-flopping about Cohen, Trump's longtime lawyer. In May, Giuliani called Cohen an honest, honorable lawyer, Wallace noted. But now you say he's a pathological liar who's been lying for years. What happened? What? In May, you called him an honest, responsible lawyer, an honorable lawyer. Giuliani said his shift stemmed from the revelation that Cohen had been recording his clients, referring to the tape of Cohen and Trump discussing a payment to former Playboy model Karen McDougal.
Wrong.
Obviously, if I knew that, I never would have said he was a reputable lawyer, said Giuliani. I knew nothing bad about Michael Cohen until all of this started to happen the past couple of weeks. Well, he must not have been following previous news accounts about Cohen, who served as Trump's personal lawyer for more than a decade, was targeted by an FBI raid in April. There had always been stories about Michael Cohen, who compared himself to Tom Hagen, the consigliere to the Godfather, played by Robert Duvall.
Yes,
I'm Donald Trump's Tom Hagen, he would say. I'm paid to fix things, to make them go away.
And not illegal to tape phone calls.
No, not
even with your client.
Not in New York, it isn't.
Wrong.
Some states, it is illegal to surreptitiously tape anyone, and then some states it doesn't matter. I think Utah, you can tape people. I believe that. I'm not positive.
I know words. I have the best words.
Thousands of demonstrators took to the street in Moscow on Sunday to criticize Vladimir Putin in the face of proposed increases in the retirement age. Reuters reported that rallygoers chanted, "Putin is a thief and away with the Tsar." More than 6,000 people are believed to have attended the protests. Thousands joined the Putin has been under fire over the retirement age proposal, which would raise the retirement age from 60 to 65 for men and 55 to 63 for women.
I didn't know they could retire in Russia.
The proposal is intended to improve government finances.
What did you think?
I don't know.
What did you think?
The government pays them pensions when they retire because everybody works for
the government.
Yeah. And they like to retire in Russia.
Yes.
Who
wouldn't?
What do you do when you're retired in Russia?
You go to your what do they call it? A dacha?
What's that?
Everybody has a little. So you got your main house, but then everybody, doesn't matter, has a little tiny house somewhere else. Too.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Did the government issue you that?
No.
Is that where you go fishing?
Usually, yeah. Or usually there's a little garden plot. So you go there and you garden. You go there on the weekends and, and they're just little, I think that's what it's called, a dacha. And, you grill steaks or fish if there's a fishing place around.
Grill steaks and fish.
Yeah, you do. There's people have these little getaway houses. Almost everyone does. So when you retire, you want to just go sit on your ass in your dacha.
Huh.
Yeah. And then finally this. A Mississippi family is mourning again after they say a storm toppled a tree and unearthed their grandfather's grave and turned his casket upside down.
Whoops.
Tracy Lane says she recently found the casket of her grandfather, David Ira Lane Sr., lifted from the ground and the headstone in the air at a cemetery. A video shows relatives reaching up to the broken casket in a tangle of roots from the overturned tree. Can you picture this?
Yes.
The roots grew under the casket, the tree topples over and just pulls the casket up out of the ground.
This is terrible.
It'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
No.
And you go, hey, that's Grandpa's casket. That's a whole casket. I don't know if we have a head in here. I don't know what I can see in here, but it's not fair. Lane says she thought of having to rebury her grandfather. The thought of having to rebury her grandfather is agonizing. We didn't bring him here in dirt. We brought him here in a casket. We want his pieces back together.
His pieces.
I guess that the grandfather kind of came out of the casket.
I think he came out of the casket.
And there were pieces of him around in the tree and on the ground. I know he's no longer living or among the living, said a granddaughter. He's not living. However, this is unacceptable to the dead. Apparently, he'd been there. This had been in this case for a while. It just was. Then the cemetery was not doing anything to remedy the situation.
Really?
Yeah. And then that's the impression I get here. And then so the family goes and they say, what?
There's pieces of Grandpa.
We came to see Grandpa and he's all over the place.
Hello.
And his casket's in the air.
Hello.
Hi, Grandpa. We got to get you down out of them roots.
Hello.
All right. That's it. Weather, traffic, sports, whatever.
Weather brought to you by Why Wait for a Special Occasion when you can celebrate the melting pot every day. Enjoy cheese and chocolate at the bar or reserve a table for 4 for a great experience at the melting pot. Weather is combined with the air, which is bad. We're in a yellow burn situation. We've got fires that are, there was ash all over my car yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
96 for a high. Traffic, we've got a crash northbound I-15 at the I-80 East split in South Salt Lake. Cars are off to the right shoulder. That earlier crash, southbound 15 approaching 200 north in Kaysville, looks like that has cleared. And those were the only accidents being reported. I'm going to check our message stream quickly. Nope, nobody sent anything in there, but you can anytime you want. I mean, do it responsibly, though. 33986. Elevate your summer at Snowbird, offering daily activities like the aerial tram, mountain coaster, and the all-new Woodward Rectangle. Pre-purchase your all-day activity pass online for best pricing. Details at snowbird.com.
Somebody points out about the case of the casket and the grandpa. It just gives you yet another chance to hug grandpa goodbye.
No.
And the Utah law is the same as the California law about recording another part. It says an individual who is a party to either an in-person conversation or an electronic communication, or who has the consent of one of the parties in the communication, can lawfully record it, unless it's being done for the purposes of committing a crime. So if one of the parties wants to do it, they can, is essentially what that says. All right? Here's boner candidate number 3. He was wasting our money on something he could get for free. An Arkansas woman was arrested Saturday after telling police she shot and killed her husband because he was buying pornography. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office said it received a call from 69-year-old Patricia Hill, who told dispatchers, "I just shot Frank." When police arrived at the house, they found Frank Hill dead in a shed on the property, 2 gunshot wounds. The Sheriff's Office said that during an interview with Ms. Hill, she told investigators when she came home, she went to the shed to confront her husband, but there had never been any physical altercations between them before. However, Ms. Hill stated she disagreed with her husband's purchase of video pornography on the TV. And she canceled the purchase when she discovered it, but Mr. Hill managed to place another order. Ms. Hill stated that she entered the shed and asked her husband to leave. He refused. Well, when he refused to leave, she went back and got a gun and came back and shot him.
And, you know, learning to work the parental controls would be a lot easier, probably.
And what I like about this story is if you look at the pictures that Dylan's putting up at x96.com/live, there are 2 mugshots from, he's dead, so that's a mugshot from
some other incident.
Something previous.
This is not the first time they've been involved in.
Yeah. Boner candidate number 3. He was wasting our money on something he could get for free.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, it was a donation from a constituent. Say, commissioner in Florida charged with taking a bribe from a strip club. No, it was a donation. Boner candidate number 2, I got a gator and I'm not afraid to use it. It's a guy threatening people with a live alligator in a convenience store. And boner candidate number 3, he was wasting our money on something he could get for free.
All right, time to vote. This is round 1 of your boner voting. You've got to decide, of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and get that chance to become boner of the day? If it wins here, it goes up against the winner of round 2. We're going to do this again with 3 more candidates, 3 different ones, at 8:20. Then we'll take the winner of each round, and boner fight happens at 9:20. That's when you will decide boner of the day. 1, 2, or 3, candidate number only in the message of a text. Text it to 33986. You can call 877-602-9696 or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Voting July 30. Easy to do. You got you got 4 minutes. Let's go. This is round 1.
X96 gives you a 1-hour nonstop music wingding with John.
Condom. Spell it with me now.
CONDOM. And now let's use it in some dialogue featuring those two Utah guys, LeVar and LeGrand. We join LeVar and LeGrand as they split a hot fudge sundae and have some postum down to the Snellgroves. Remember, the word of the day is condom.
Oh, ma'am, this is really some good hot fudge. Nobody does fudge like Snellgroves, don't you think, LeVar?
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh, and they make a mean cup of postum, don't they?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, of course, Leatherby's is pretty good, too, like you. Well, you like the Leatherby's, don't you?
Yeah, whatever.
Well, for heck's sakes, LeVar, what is your problem? You are as closed-mouthed as a clam today.
Oh, it's nothing against you, LeGrand. I'm just worried about my nephew Varnell. I'm afraid he's gonna have to get married, and he's just too young.
Why, what did he do? Did he get that little girl he was going with pregnant?
Well, she's knocked up all right, but it ain't Varnell's fault. He don't have no experience with women. He didn't know what he was doing. He's a good boy. Varnell is just a little bit naive in the ways of love and sex. He got her in the family way all right, but he was fooled by that little tramp Chanel. She conned him into it. He didn't want to have sex with her, but she conned him into it with those feminine spells and such. She conned him, LeGrand.
Now settle down, LeVar. I believe you. Same thing happened to me when I married Vernille. She used some kind of evil spell to get me to have sex with her, too. Well, not before we was married, of course. But she uses them spells on me now. For heck's sakes, I don't want to have sex with the woman, but somehow she gets me to rise to the deed.
Well, that's what happened with Varnell. I mean, that temptress conned him into the sex deed. I told him this would have been avoided if he'd just wore one of them little rubber things on the end of his tallywhacker. What do you call them things?
I just call them rubbers.
Well, if he'd have had on a rubber, she wouldn't have gotten pregnant, even if he weakened when she conned him into sex. Now, he's not going to be able to open that lawnmower and knife sharpening business he's dreamed of. His life is just over.
Oh, now have some more postum, LeVar.
.96.
7:47, time to award round one of your boner voting.
And round one of the boner voting is brought to you in part by Corn on the Cob.
Movie lovers, download the new Broovies app for Android or Apple and receive 2-for-1 admission to Broovies in Ogden. Must sign up 1 hour in advance of attendance to the theater. Get showtimes at broovies.com.
We had boner candidate number 1. It was a donation from a constituent. No, it was a bribe from a strip club. I'm sorry, Commissioner. Boner candidate number 2, I got a gator and I'm not afraid to use it. It's a man menacing people with a live alligator in a convenience store. And boner candidate number 3, he was wasting our money on something he could get for free. A woman who shot and killed her husband because he was purchasing pornography on their TV. David won some Alice Merton tickets, and the winner of the boner voting, boner candidate number 3, he was wasting our money on something he could get for free.
That's your winner of round 1. It now goes to Boner Fight. It has a 50-50 chance as of right now to become Boner of the Day. It will go up against the winner of round 2. We'll start that voting at 8:20 and Boner Fight at 9:20. That's when Boner of the Day is decided.
So how you holding up, Gina?
I hate it.
Yeah, me too.
Why don't you try to enjoy it?
So Muhammad, my youngest, we took him to camp yesterday. He's going to be there for a week.
When do you pick him up? Saturday?
Well, so this is part of why I'm sad. He's done on Friday.
But he doesn't want to come home till Saturday?
No. But Friday, I'm leaving to go down to St. George with my sisters and my mother, because she has a St. George place now, because that's what you do when you're a woman of a certain age. You get...
I'm a snowbird now.
Yeah, she has a house.
Yeah. I'm a snowbird now.
She still has her Salt Lake house, but now she has it, and we haven't seen it yet, so she wants us to have a girls' weekend in St. George.
So just the girls. Huh?
Yeah. But so Muhammad doesn't get done with camp until like the evening of Friday, and I'll be gone. So I won't see him till Sunday. So it's... I don't know how you make it. Listen, next year, could I send one of my kids in his place? Because I would enjoy the heck out of that. But you can't, there's no communicating, there's no phone call
there's
home.
There are pillow messages.
Bunk notes.
Bunk notes,
that's it.
There's this email thing called bunk notes. Oh, don't show pictures of him, Dylan. That makes me sad. No!
It makes me sad. It makes me sad, too, because he's too thin. No. The failure to thrive, Gina, is a crime. Failure to thrive.
Oh, no. Carrie, you're
there it is right there, failure to thrive. Look, Mom, I picked you some flowers, and now I don't have any more energy.
Oh, no, that's the problem. He has too much energy.
That's why he's so thin, is he's...
Yeah, we need to fatten him up.
So, now you remember 2 weeks ago, he got a concussion at his soccer tournament. And I was sort of hoping the doctor wouldn't clear him for activity so I could back out of camp. But he got cleared for activity, but he still just had a concussion.
The doctor said to him, "You're clear to go to camp and hurt yourself again."
Well, so you go to camp, and it's not that organized.
Well, good. That's what you want to send him to, something that's not that organized.
So they assign you a cabin, but then it's kind of a race to the cabin to get your
bunk.
Get your bunk.
I want to get a good bunk.
And this is our first time at this camp, so, you're not really sure how you're...
Oh, so you're racing to the cabin with him?
Yeah, because you got to get him...
By the way, isn't this a man's job? Doesn't a man take his boy to camp?
He was there, too. We were all together. We all went.
Should have been the man and the boy.
No. So we get there, and the only bunk left is a top bunk.
Oh, he'll fall out of that.
Well... I'm not even worried about that, but it's a low ceiling, and there's like beams, and there's a shelf over where your head is, and I turned to Joe and I'm like, he cannot have this bed.
God, I'm so glad you went to camp with me, Mom.
He is going.
I love it when you go to camp with me, Mom.
He is going to hit his head.
You don't embarrass me at all.
And there's a kid on the bunk underneath him who's already set up all his stuff, who said, yeah, he's going to hit his head. They always hit their head.
They always hit their heads.
This is an old.
Mom,
he's been coming to camp for years.
Mom, I'll be fine. Mom, I'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Mom, I'm sure glad you came to camp with me. You're not embarrassing me in the slightest.
I just love though that the kid on the bunk below. Yeah, oh yeah, he wasn't reassuring me at all. Like, no, he'll be fine. He's like, oh yeah, everybody always hits their head up.
That's going to happen. Yeah.
So maybe. Well, it's so good. That's good. Good news.
No, that's not good
well,
news.
sure it is. He'll be sent home early.
No.
I'm sorry your son has another concussion. He has to come home. And then you can just keep him all. You can put him in cotton and put a cold compress on his head.
I mean, Joe had to talk me. He's like, he will be fine. I'm like, I know this kid.
Mom, you're not embarrassing me at all.
He never sits still.
Mom.
He will
Mom,
hit his head.
Everybody's looking at me. Mom. So if you send a bunk note yet, every night, every day send the bunk note. Don't hit your head.
Well, so I'm going to compose it today. So what they do is you send an email, and then the camp counselors print them off and put them on their bunk.
They should do it. What they should do is each counselor should write them out. Like it's your handwriting.
Like it's mine.
Send a sample of your handwriting, and we'll try to copy it.
So do you guys have a message? We're going to do this every day this week. Do you guys have a message for the bunk note?
Mine is sorry your mother embarrassed you.
Okay. Carrie, do you have a message for?
Eat something.
Okay.
And yours should be don't hit your head.
Don't hit your head. Okay, I'll let you know. No, it's not Cats in the Cradle.
Oh, jeez.
Well, you said you didn't want to hear the other one.
What an awful song.
I had to find another one.
This one doesn't make me cry. The other one makes me cry.
You know the one that makes me cry is that 40,000 pounds of bananas one.
I don't know.
Don't know that one.
Cat Stevens, and you don't know that one?
No.
It gets in the truck crash with the bananas.
I have no idea. Are you okay? You hit your head, didn't you? You were on the top bunk last night.
I might have.
And hit your head.
It might have something to do with gay rodeo. I don't know.
Now, Sue points out something, that if he hits his head enough, you'll only have to pay for community college.
No!
Yeah.
It's not funny, Sue.
Yeah.
Not funny.
And that's kind of demeaning to people who go to community college.
It's true. That's my wife made that joke, not me. That was hers.
And then I start mom second guessing myself because I never sent Festus to camp. And I asked him this morning, I'm like, are you mad I never sent you to camp? It's like, Mom, you always say this. You're fine. No, it's fine. I didn't go to camp.
Yeah.
But I feel like I denied you something by not sending you to camp.
By the way, the song I was thinking of is Harry Chapin, not Cat Stevens, and it's called 30,000 Pounds of Bananas. Harry Chapin.
Okay.
It's a terrible
don't know what
song.
that has to do with.
It's a terrible song. Well, I thought it was Cat Stevens. That's why.
No, but what do 30,000 pounds of bananas have to do with kids?
I thought it was a song that might make you cry. That's what I was kind of going for.
No.
If this one doesn't make you cry, try 30,000 Pounds of Bananas.
No.
This song just makes me want to retch.
All right. Traffic.
Sure. Crash southbound I-15, 26 South and Woods Cross. The center lane is closed there. Crash northbound SR-36 at the I-80 junction. This is in Tooele. Crash southbound I-15 at 26 South. Oh, that's that Woods Cross one. 2 left lanes are blocked. Traffic is backing quickly into Bountiful. I'm going to check our message stream quickly. It says, if anyone's still waiting for the 7:33 a.m. 472 express bus at the Layton and Kaysville Park and Rides, the bus isn't showing up.
Okay.
I don't know if that's an official word from somebody or not, but that's traffic.
All right. Our attorney Ed Brass concerned about this camp. Says this is how people in jail and rehab are treated.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Camp Cool Hand Luke? Is there a box there or
I
a
hope
road
not.
gang?
I hope not.
Camp Stalag.
Stalag 13.
Yeah.
All right. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Bill Frost talking TV after these.
You better get your ass to the X96 Toyota Big Ass Show.
Sturdy Spell it with me now, Sturdy. And now we'll use it in a little bit of dialogue starring as our Utah friends LeVar and LeGrand. The scene takes place in LeGrand's family room as this conversation ensues. Again, the word is sturdy.
A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Well, that does it. Took a lot of work to get the old family room ready for Christmas, but there's still one very important thing I got to do, LeVar, to make sure Christmas goes off without a hitch.
Well, what could you have possibly left out, LeGrand? I mean, the whole room looks like it jumped out of Good Housekeeping's Christmas issue.
Thanks.
I mean, the tree is up and beautifully decorated. There's mistletoe and holly wreaths in all the right places.
Don't stand under that mistletoe.
All right. And the stockings are hung by the chimbley with care.
Yeah.
What possibly could you have left out?
Well, just come on over here by the fireplace, LeVar. Come and take a good look inside the fireplace and tell me what you see.
Looks like an ordinary chimbley to me.
Look at all that soot. If I don't do something about all that soot, Sandy will pass us by this year.
I don't follow what you're saying.
Well, sturdy. The fireplace sturdy. That soot's nearly a half-inch thick.
Well, that's what happens with all the smoke. The chimbley gets sturdy.
Well, you know how particular and health-smart Sandy is.
Yeah.
Sandy won't come down any chimbley sturdy.
Me too. I feel the same way that Santa does.
Huh?
I mean, me neither. I won't come down a chimbley sturdy neither. That's funny.
You playing Sandy somewhere here in town, LeVar? I can't imagine you as a Santa Claus.
Oh, I'm a great Santa, LeGrand. I got a big bag of goodies, if you know what I mean.
No.
A big bag to stuff down the chimbley. But only if it's clean.
I better call someone to come over and clean this year chimbley, or Sandy won't come.
Stop it! You're killing me.
What?
Who are you gonna call? You gonna call one of them doctors that specializes in chimbleys? Maybe he could prescribe a shot of penicillin to clean it out.
No, I'm just gonna call a chimbley sweep. He'll bring a big long brush and then climb up on top and shove it down the flue.
Well, that sounds painful.
You know, LeVar, sometimes you really puzzle me.
Shove it down the flue.
Radio from Hell on X96.
Sponsor, Gina?
Upon qualification by a new home with New Dwello's Gift of Equity program, a gift could mean up to $8,740 for the purchase of a new home. Text the word money to 62687.
Well, here he is. Bill Frost, writer for Slug Magazine. And is there a new one this week?
Not probably next week.
Okay. Bill also hosts a podcast called TV Tan.
Yeah.
And he makes music with a band called Magda Vega.
Yeah.
All of that stuff is available at
billfrost.tv.
And the TV shows that you talk about today, I think, are available also at x96.com.
Trailers are.
The trailers for
Yes.
them are? Okay, cool.
Yeah, not the full shows.
All right.
That would be a trick. You could do that.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? But the trailers are available.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's coming up?
Coming up this week, tonight, season 4, Utah's own Diesel Brothers. It's a good thing we don't have any air quality issues here.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Let's get out and roll some coal, shall we?
Yeah. So that's happening. Tomorrow on Hulu, season 4 and the final season of a series called Casual. Very funny. It was, I believe it was Hulu's first Emmy Award winner a couple of years ago.
Really?
Yeah. It's a comedy starring Michaela Watkins as a divorced 40-something woman living with her brother. It's a very funny and very also sometimes sad show. A dramedy, if you will. And also on Tuesday, the debut of Making It, starring Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman.
No, I'm sorry. Making It is a TV show starring David Naughton.
No, it's
not. That would be Macon.
You mean
Macon apostrophe.
The star of Werewolf in
I know what
London?
she's talking about. I remember it. But that was
You
Macon.
mean the Dr. Pepper guy?
Listen,
David Naughton, the Dr. Pepper guy?
You made fun of him for the Bananas song. And then you had to go there.
Between David Naughton and Cat Stevens, I don't know who your
wonder
demo
our,
is
no
here.
wonder our consultant hates us.
And Harry Chapin. We're just,
Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman, it's sort of a crafting showdown competition show. And, of course, Nick Offerman is a craftsman. And
he makes canoes.
And other stuff, and Amy Poehler is not.
Okay. Now, so it is Nick Offerman being Nick Offerman and Amy Poehler being Amy Poehler? Or
They're not characters?
Or are they characters?
No, they're not characters.
This is like a reality, it's like a contest show.
Yes, a crafting contest show, and they have people there from stores like Etsy, and they have an Etsy consultant there, and like how you can make stuff that you can sell.
So it's like the pipe cleaner challenge.
Yes, exactly.
Or, you know,
Now, so there will be other people involved in these challenges. It's not just Nick and Amy.
Right.
No, they're the hosts.
Okay.
They're probably not the judges, are
No.
they?
No.
They're just the hosts. Okay.
So they can crack wise and
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's Amy Poehler.
I kind of like
I'll
that.
be there.
That's all you need right there. If more reality type shows like this had hosts like them, I might watch them.
Yeah, exactly.
On Wednesday on the Freeform channel, that's your tween channel.
I watch that all the time.
That's your millennial channel.
Yeah.
It was made just for Bill Allred.
I watch it all the time.
Yeah. Alone Together, season 2, very funny show. Stars a couple of millennials, Esther Povitsky and Benji Afalo.
Oh, they're very good.
Well, they are.
Yeah.
It's a really funny show.
It's hilarious.
It's ridiculous.
I haven't seen it.
Back to your Freeform is for the kids channel
Well,
thing.
not entirely, but
I was going to
mostly.
say, because if you're watching Cloak and Dagger,
Yeah.
which is a Marvel TV show,
Not so much of a kids show.
that is not a kids show.
And
I
it's
wouldn't
been-
want any of my kids watching that show.
And it has been picked up for another season.
Yes, it's very good.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised.
It's also where you can still see the 700 Club.
Really?
Because they have
millennials.
They have
millennials love that.
Well, it used to be the Family Channel 100 years ago, and they have this contract until the end of time with this network, whatever it changes to, is that they have to be on. They're on around here about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night or so, and they do the 700 Club. And Pat Robertson gets to talk crazy. And,
Is it still that batty old broad who was on there with him?
No, I think he's outlived most of his co-hosts, so they keep bringing in new ones.
Or he's drained their life
Yeah,
essence.
or that.
You know,
He sucks their blood. And
Yeah.
It's I understand tweens are just flocking to the 700.
Yeah,
Club
well,
these days.
they have a forever contract that you can't kick us off your network. Yeah. Also, season 2 of Sinner, starring Bill Pullman on USA
Oh, it's the
Network.
cowboy. He's a cowboy.
No,
he's
No.
a mayor.
no.
It's in the Old West.
He's a police. You're thinking of Yellowstone.
Oh.
Go back to David Naughton, will you?
He's a police detective. Last season was Jessica Biel. He was working on a case with Jessica Biel, why she killed somebody, and it was a very very short British style murder mystery.
He said I wasn't pretty.
And this time around, instead of Jessica Biel, it's Carrie Coon from The Leftovers and Fargo.
She's great.
Yeah. And also, what was the most recent Marvel movie she was in that you couldn't recognize? Her?
She was a voice of
voice?
Proxima Midnight, one of Thanos' goons.
That's right. Okay.
Okay, now tell me the show again because I
Sinner.
Sinner
on USA Network.
All right.
Sue watched the first season of that, and she quite liked it. So maybe I'll start up if Carrie Coon's there because she's great.
It's about 6 to 8 episodes,
Okay.
so it's not like going to be a huge time suck.
And you don't have to have seen the first season.
No, it's sort of an anthology type
It's
series.
All right.
And coming up on Friday, season 3 of the animated show Animals, where
Carrie just shrugged and went, eh.
That's about the appropriate reaction to it.
Yeah, I don't know why it's still
third
on.
season. It's about New York City pigeons and rats and their problems of the day.
The Duplass brothers, I'm kind of stepping away.
Although it's Mark Duplass, I think, on Goliath this season with Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah.
It's Mark Duplass. He's pretty good because he's such an awful person in the show.
He plays a great creep.
Yeah.
He actually had 2 movies called Creep that he starred in.
He's very creepy in this. And I also like the Duplass brothers because they produced that documentary, Wild Country, again, which I touted before. But you
the
guys,
cult thing.
Yeah, you guys should really watch that documentary. It's great.
And you had a question about the Ruth RBG.
Yeah, is it
earlier?
on the TV?
Not till probably October or November. November is the Blu-ray release. So I'm guessing maybe a few weeks before then, since it's produced by CNN, probably end up on HBO or something.
Well, if it's produced by CNN, won't they do it on CNN?
Well, it's all owned by Time Warner, so if you want to see it without commercials.
I see.
I bet they would put it on HBO first.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just guessing.
Okay. All right.
Maybe they'll put it on Freeform. I don't know.
Right after the 700 Club.
Yeah. Perfect place for it.
But yeah, if you have not watched Cloak and Dagger, go back.
I have, yeah.
It's a slow build up, but these final episodes has just been great. And I'm loving this season of Preacher so much.
Yeah. Well, you know who I ran into on an elevator this weekend? Charlie Helfer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How is he?
He seemed fine. I said, "Well, why are you in town?" He said, "Oh, to see a friend." And I said, "Well, check in with us." What show was he on? Lucifer.
He was on Walking Dead. He did Lucifer. He did
Constantine.
Rectify.
Rectify. Yeah.
No. The HBO thing, not Rectify.
I think it was Rectify.
No, the very first
IMDb
HBO thing with.
Would you tell him to come in and say
I
hi?
did. I did, and he said, "Okay, man." I said, "All right, nice to see you."
Is that it?
That is your
That
week.
is
Yeah,
your week.
Rectify. He was in Rectify.
Oh, he was in Rectify
Yeah.
at the end, but he was also in that HBO, with Matthew McConaughey and.
All I'm saying is, if
True Detective?
Yes.
True Detective.
If Constantine could be on Legends of Tomorrow, then they can certainly have him on as a guest.
So
once
can
in a
his
while.
sidekick. Yeah.
Yes. All right, thank you, Bill Frost.
Crash south on I-15, 26 south in Woods Cross. The 2 left lanes are blocked and traffic is backing into Bountiful. Multiple vehicle crash northbound SR36 in Tooele County. Cars are on the right shoulder there. Crash northbound I-15 at the I-80 East split in South Salt Lake. Cars are on the right shoulder. Come see what's new at Del Taco, like the new $1 chicken quesadilla snacker. It's loaded with freshly grilled chicken, hand-grated cheddar cheese. Del Taco, the fresh Mexican grill. Price and participation may vary.
Here are your boner candidates for round 2. Boner candidate number 1, eat my dust, copper. Boner candidate number 2, I will take my own sweet time. And boner candidate number 3, when you find out where I work, you won't arrest me.
All right, round 2 of your boner voting. Big boy news and opinioendo, all to come after these.
Be a part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right. Time for round 2 of your boner voting. Remember that information. You're going to need it when you decide who of these 3 candidates is the worst. Boner means mistake, of course. You know, bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst and therefore most deserving to go forward to Boner Fight and get that chance to become Boner of the Day. If it wins this round, it will go up against the winner of round 1, which we did last hour, 7:20. So we take both of the winners, both round winners, and throw them into Boner Fight at 9:20. That's when you will decide Boner of the Day. So 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive
a Can't Buy It, Got to Win It Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt courtesy of Excel Automotive Repair, Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car checkover before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
Boner candidate number 1. Eat my dust, copper. An Iowa woman who was ticketed for speeding in Nebraska perhaps didn't take the citation seriously enough. Deputies clocked her driving at 142 miles an hour as she sped away from the traffic stop.
What kind of car?
The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office said the 31-year-old woman from Council Bluffs was eventually arrested on suspicion of willful, reckless driving after the deputies caught up with her a second time. Deputies had stopped the 2018 Ford Mustang at around 1 a.m. Saturday on Interstate 80 near North Platte. It was recorded going 92 miles an hour in a 75-mile-an-hour zone. The driver was cited and then told she could leave, and she did, quickly going 142 miles per hour.
Again, I want to know what kind of car.
Carrie, do you want to?
It was a Prius.
Do you want to say what kind of car it was? Because I said it in the story.
I didn't hear it. Obviously.
As I said, deputies stopped the 2018 Ford Mustang.
Okay, thank you.
So are you getting some good deals on Amazon today, honey? Is that what you're doing over there?
I have vertigo.
Are you shopping?
And I'm going to the balance clinic at 1 o'clock.
So are you getting some good deals? You're shopping, aren't you?
No.
Boner candidate number 1, Gina Barberi. Eat my dust, copper. Boner candidate number 2, I will take my own sweet time. I'll read this one very slowly, okay?
I'm going to make eye contact with you on this one.
Be careful, you've got vertigo. I don't want you to fall off your chair. Actually, that'd be kind of funny.
No, it wouldn't.
The case of a man who was accidentally shot to death by his girlfriend in her Bradenton home has come to light more than 5 months later. Despite the finding that the shooting was accidental and no charges were ever filed, a Bradenton police officer has been punished for, among other reasons, not turning on her patrol car lights and sirens or displaying any other urgency when responding to the scene. Officer Amy Schwartz told Internal Affairs investigators, "Yeah, you know, I usually don't turn on my lights and the siren unless there's an officer down. Then I will." On the afternoon of February 21st, the Bradenton Police Department responded to the report of the shooting. She drove slowly. She stopped at all the traffic lights. At one point, she was even passed by her superior, the police chief's car, racing to the scene with siren and lights going. But Amy, the police officer, no, I don't do that. I turn on the sirens only if
she's being cautious.
I will take my own sweet time. Boner candidate number 2. So you don't want a police officer responding to a scene saying, "I'll get there when I get there," okay? Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. When you find out where I work, you won't arrest me.
Boner candidate number 3 for round 2, right after this big boy news and opinioendo, brought to you by
Come see what's new at Del Taco, like the new $1 chicken quesadilla snacker. It's loaded with freshly grilled chicken, hand-grated cheddar cheese. Del Taco, the fresh Mexican grill. Price and participation may vary.
Ving Rhames, Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Said he opened his front door 2 years ago and found a red dot pointed at his forehead as police held him at gunpoint because a neighbor had called 911 to report a large black man was breaking into the house.
His own house.
Rhames, who plays computer hacker Luther Stickle in the Mission Impossible. And isn't he the guy who does the Arby's?
We have the meats.
We got the meat.
We have the meat.
We have the meats. That's Ving Rhames. He recounted he was home alone at his Santa Monica property watching ESPN when he heard a knock on the door, opened it, and there was a gun pointed at him. There was a red dot on my forehead from a 9mm. He said, cops said, put up your hands. Now, Ving Rhames, who's 59, said that the 3 officers with the Santa Monica Police Department, there was a police captain and a dog there, ordered him to step outside, but the situation was diffused when the police chief went, hey, you're that actor.
No, that's not what he said.
What?
Well,
do you know where he recognized him from?
Oh.
What?
Do you have it there?
Yes, I do.
It's not Ving Rhames,
no,
the actor.
He recognized him as a dad.
Your kids are on my kid's soccer team.
Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't even...
It wasn't even your Ving Rhames.
No, it says your son, who goes to Brentwood High School, played against my son at Crossroads High School. So I saw you at these games.
I recognize you.
He said it was a mistake and apologized. The officers told Rhames that a woman who lived across the street had called them to say a large black man was breaking into the house.
Mrs. Kravitz.
Yeah. It's another timely reference from Gina Barberi, who has vertigo. You see, kids, Mrs. Kravitz, we don't know.
But I mean, we're laughing, but this does not happen to white people.
No.
It does not happen. A large white man is... No,
you'd think you'd know your neighbors, too. You'd think you'd know that Ving Rhames lives across the street. Wouldn't you?
That's the part I'm trying to wrap my head around.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently he's lived there for... he's not like a...
And it's not like a second home or anything like that?
Apparently he's lived there for a while.
Yeah. Dozens of loved ones and friends gathered at the Windsor Stake Center of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints on Saturday to remember the life of Elizabeth Salgado. The body of the young woman was found in a remote area of Utah County in May. She had disappeared from Provo more than 3 years ago. So they had this memorial service on Saturday. It was, as Salgado's uncle said, to remember my niece. This is a day of memory. The case is still unsolved. And the family says we're glad to know, find that there's a picture of Elizabeth Salgado, x96.com/live. We're happy to know. I mean, it gives us some closure to find the body, but that the case is unsolved is still very disquieting. And knowing who was responsible would be another step for closure for the Salgado family. And I don't know if the cops had. They say, I mean, it's an open investigation, but they don't have enough evidence to prove anything. In other news, we were talking about the gay rodeo earlier, and I became I'm pinned member now of the Utah Gay Rodeo Association. Kevin Hillman is one of the people trying to start up gay rodeo in Utah again, and we were talking about how much it costs, and I forgot I had a flyer here. So it says, we need help. The cost of putting on a rodeo is quite expensive, but not as expensive as we were speculating. The average cost is about $75,000. The goal of the Utah Gay Rodeo Association is to have raised enough money to have the rodeo back in Utah within the next 2 years. We have events every month to raise money for the rodeo. and the community. Check out our website and Facebook for upcoming events, and let's see what their website is. I should have looked ahead of time. It's the Utah. If you just look up Utah Gay Rodeo Association, if you want to find out more. Oh, here it is. UtahGayRodeo.com.
That makes sense.
Or Facebook.com/UtahGRA. They're always looking for people to come to their events to help raise money. And and Gay Rodeo used to be pretty popular. I remember we had a couple of the Cowboys on.
Yeah.
Must have been 7 or 8 years ago.
I want to say 10.
Was it 10
it
years
was,
ago?
it was long.
Yeah.
It was in the other building.
Yeah. Let's see. Donald Trump has decried the Mueller probe. He's getting more aggressive now, the president is, tweeting his frequent claim that the Mueller probe is, of course, a witch hunt, and that the special counsel should applaud, U.S. should applaud choice of Mueller to lead Russia probe. Moore's team of investigators is made up of a number of political opponents intent on undermining this presidency.
Wrong.
He also says that Robert Mueller has a grudge against him because of a deal that went wrong. They had some business deal, according to Donald Trump, and the deal went sour, and so Mueller has a grudge against him. And do you know what it is? Because if I remember right, it was when Trump.
It was a golf club membership.
Yeah, when Trump took over a golf club, Mueller decided he didn't want to have a membership anymore. I think, and
he didn't get his money back.
Yeah, that's what this is all about.
Yeah,
that makes perfect sense.
So because of that,
that makes perfect sense.
So because of that, because he didn't get his money back when he decided he didn't want to be a member of this golf club anymore. And he said, "Can I get my my fees back?" And they said no. So of course that's what this is all about. I think the S is about to hit the fan pretty quick here.
I hope.
Mike Pence,
mother,
who'll be your next president.
No, stop! Don't do that.
Well, I'm sorry. He's the one who will take over. I got into an argument with Rod Decker about this on the Van Oker Group. So there's a podcast, the Van Oker Group, which you can find wherever fine podcasts are sold. Mm-hmm. And I still maintain that Donald Trump will resign. Mm-hmm. And Decker has the point of, no, his ego would never, ever let him resign. But I think if something about his finances starts to come out, or he's afraid that something about his finances or lack of finances comes out, he would resign.
Well, I think what it is his ego would not let him be fired. If it became apparent that he was going to have it taken from him, he would quit before.
Yeah.
That's what
He'll claim victories that I've made America great again.
Yep,
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
See ya.
Yeah.
You see what I've done?
Yep.
Now I'm out. I don't need to do any more. I've made America great.
Yeah.
So I think it's still quite possible that he will not be the president. But not because of impeachment or anything. He'll step away. So your next president, Mike Pence, defending the White House decision to tell a reporter a CNN reporter that she can't come and cover an event. It's just astonishing to me that these things happen. Pence stood by the White House's decision to ban the CNN reporter from a press event last week, citing the need to maintain decorum. This administration believes in the freedom of the press, Pence told Fox News, but maintaining the decorum that is due the White House is an issue we will continue to work toward. The White House was hit with intense backlash from dozens of journalists and media outlets after it disinvited CNN's Caitlin Collins, representing the 5 television networks as the day's chosen pool reporter. They said, you can't come to another press event. We're disinviting you. So Pence says, no, we believe in freedom of the press, but it just has to be nice. You have to be nice.
Yes, it's known as the politest state, the third state. It's the most polite.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's always nice.
Yeah. All right, that's it. Sports weather traffic. You're probably not going to do the Jimmer Fredette sports story.
James Fredette?
Jimmer.
He scored a lot of points in a game that doesn't matter.
It matters. It matters $2 million. That's a really interesting tournament, I think, and it's gotten bigger every year. Winner take all, $2 million.
Yeah.
He scored 28 points, facing the number 1 seed in the regional. And the team is called Team Fredette. The team led by Jimmer Fredette rolled to an easier than expected 100-78 win over, I'm sorry, Ed, an Ohio State-based team known as Scarlet and Gray. But this tournament is interesting. It's they put teams together, and then there's a $2 million prize at the end of it.
It's not the NBA.
No, it's not, Gina.
It's just
it's a bunch of teams playing for $2 million.
Okay. Are you excited about it?
I think it's interesting.
It's Utah's own Jimmer.
James.
You have to
He will always
report
be
on that.
James. There, it was just reported.
There you go.
Weather and bad air, 96 for a high. And, stay inside if you can today because the air is bad due to the fires. Oh, and we've got inversion-y stuff going on, too. Traffic, portions of I-80 will be closed overnight in Parley's Canyon Tuesday and Wednesday as steel beams for the new Wildlife Bridge are installed. I have questions about the Wildlife Bridge. It's enormous. Have you seen it?
No.
It's huge. How does Wildlife know that's their bridge?
Well,
If they
try to get across,
signs?
then they're trying to get across and they go, oh, look, there's a way. The animals are not stupid.
How do they know this is their bridge?
They'll see the sign.
That's the little
They
triangle.
listen. Notices have been sent out to all wildlife. There's a new bridge. Great.
I have questions.
Where is it?
It's Parley's. Eastbound I-80 will close between mileposts 137 and 141 Wednesday at 8 p.m., set to reopen Thursday at 6 a.m.
You know, all the deer are saying, you remember Daddy who got hit by the truck on I-80? Well, we don't have to worry about that anymore.
I don't know how you keep them from going on the road, but make sure they go on the bridge.
Because they remember that Daddy got mowed down by a truck.
That's traffic.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. When you find out where I work, you won't arrest me. Police in Maryland say that a man who was being detained told officers, you know where I work? I work at Krispy Kreme, and I'll give you donuts if you let me go. Sergeant Jonathan Shatlick said that the 25-year-old suspect, Matthew Tyler Rosenberg, and another man were spotted by an officer who suspected that they were peering into vehicles for things worth stealing. Charging documents state the officers ordered them to stop, but Rosenberg kept walking away. They say a struggle ensued and an officer kneed Mr. Rosenberg in the stomach before he was subdued. Authorities say a search of Rosenberg yielded an air pistol and some marijuana. It was then that Mr. Rosenberg said, look, copper, if you let me go, I work at Krispy Kreme. I can get you all the donuts you want. You'd think that'd work.
You guys like donuts?
Yeah. Boner candidate number 3. When you find out where I work, you won't arrest me.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Well, they're all police-oriented, I just noticed.
Oh.
Boner candidate number 1, eat my dust, copper. A woman stopped for speeding in Iowa. She was going 92 miles an hour in a 75-mile-an-hour zone. She got the ticket. The cop said, you can go on your way. And she peeled out. She laid rubber. And was stopped again. She was going 42 miles an hour. They pulled her over
in a
second
Mustang.
time. Yeah, 2018 Mustang, Gina. You know, it's a Ford Mustang.
Ford Mustang.
I'd like you to be specific about these things, please.
Sure.
And then boner candidate number 2 was, I'll take my own sweet time. It's a Florida cop who didn't rush to a shooting call. She said, that doesn't meet my standards. I only turn on the lights and hurry if it's an officer down. And then boner candidate number 3, when you find out where I work, you won't arrest me.
All right, here we go. This is round 2 of your boner voting. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and get that chance to become boner of the day. If it wins here, it goes up against the winner of round 1. We did that last hour. We'll take each winner, the 2. And boner fight will happen at 9:20. That's when you'll decide boner of the day. So, of these 3 candidates, pick the one that you think should win. Which one is the worst? 1, 2, or 3? Put that number in the message of a text. That's all we need in the message. Text it to 33986. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Voting July 30 and vote there. You've got less than 300 seconds. Let's go.
The music starts at 10 with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding on X96.
Gina's back. So anyway, so anyway,
Kerry walked in and he said, "You're walking like some of your."
You're walking like somebody who had their guts ripped out.
You're walking like your insides are all wrong.
You know, because she was doing this.
Yeah.
And I started to tell Kerry, and then I said, "Wait, I'll tell you on the radio." What you should never do is go on message boards about surgery.
You should never go on message boards about anything. I don't care if it's the Incredible Hulk or surgery.
Well, you
just don't.
You know what you should do?
Yeah.
But you're curious, you know, you want to hear what other people's experiences are and what their recovery is. And
what happened?
And, well, before the surgery, I went on a message board and somebody was asking the question, you know, well, what fills in the hole where they take out what they take out? And
there's a hole there.
Well, the response was.
Well, now
the response was
the uterus is what we're talking about.
Yes.
And Gina's uterus weighed 43 pounds, which is
amazing.
It was the size of a medicine ball.
It was prize winning.
I'm a size 2 now because no, but they remove it, and the way the person in the message board explained it is, well, it's picture just having a big bowl of spaghetti and just taking a big scoop out of the bowl of spaghetti. It just kind of fills in where the hole is.
But that just takes a second.
Like spaghetti.
Kind of goopy.
You just watch the spaghetti fill in. It just takes a second.
Like biscotti.
So this is what I'm picturing my insides are like, a big bowl
Is
of
biscotti. Well, they're very much like that. Yeah. You know, surgeons train on spaghetti. Yeah, you didn't know that?
They do meatball.
They do.
Delicious marinara sauce.
They do. That's why there's so many fat doctors.
And then they all have lunch. Well, we've trained on the spaghetti. Let's eat it.
Yeah.
This is what I'm picturing when they're wheeling me into
And
surgery.
and you know what they did with your uterus?
Lunch.
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
There's lunch. Who brought the marinara?
And so also on the message board you look at, you know, what's recovery like for this.
Well, I'm sure it's different for everyone.
Exactly.
And
I'm sure it's speedy and efficient.
It's different for everyone, but the worst one will be
on the message
what
board.
Gina has.
Well, I mean, it can't be the worst because I'm back to work now.
There will be people. There have to be people on the message boards who say, "Oh, I was cleaning my house 3
The
days
next
later."
day, yeah, there's that.
Why I ran a marathon.
Right. and then there's it's been 3 months and I still feel like crap, and usually the truth is somewhere in between.
Can we use the term vaginal prolapse in any?
I don't know.
Is that do we need to use that term?
We shouldn't.
Somebody's posted it. I don't think we
That's
should.
the thing that happens to the women that have 15 babies.
Oh.
And
Ooh.
the uterus climbs out on its own.
That ain't no damn good.
That's what that is.
That's where that needs to be fixed.
But it's nice to be back. I missed you guys.
boner voting is brought to you in part by totally by pork ribs. Country style, boneless pork ribs. So we had boner candidate number 1, Eat My Dust, Copper. It's a woman who was pulled over for speeding. She was going 94 in a 75-mile-an-hour zone. She got the ticket. The cop said, okay, go on your way, be careful. Wham, she peels out. She's going 142 miles an hour. They pull her over again. Boner candidate number 2, I will take my own sweet time. A cop saying, I'm not going to rush to a shooting call. That doesn't meet my standards. I only hurry if it's an officer down. And boner candidate number 3, when you find out where I work, you won't arrest me. It's a man who was arrested by an officer, and he said, look, you can let me go. I work at Krispy Kreme. I know you cops like donuts. I could give you a bunch of donuts. Didn't work. Ronald won a boner T-shirt, and the winner by just 3 votes. Boner candidate number 3. When you find out where I work, you won't arrest me.
All right, there you go. That's the winner of round 2. It will now face off against the winner of round 1's voting. We're going to throw both of those boner winners. Well, they're not boner of the day winners. They're just boner winners. We'll have them compete to be boner of the day at 9:20. That's when Boner Fight happens.
Geek News Today, Carrie Jackson, is brought to you by Marvel Studios' Avengers Infinity War is available on digital HD starting July 31st. 4K Blu-ray DVD August 14th. We have a copy to give away. You have to text this keyword, reality, R-E-A-L-I-T-Y, reality. Text that to 33986.
That's not the only sponsor, though, is it?
Well, I don't have it on my page, but I'm going to read it because Geek News is always brought to you by our dear friends at Cabin Fever, reminding our college crowd to stop by for some dorm decor, lava lamps to lunchboxes. Cabin Fever carries a large selection of room decor options for your bedroom or dorm. Located in the heart of Trolley Square, Cabin Fever, so much more than a card store.
It's fun. I'm watching all the misspellings of reality. All right. Brand new episode of GeekShowPodcast.com available right now. This week's episode is called Pay the Gravity Bill.
Is it due?
It must be.
Yeah, I guess.
Because we got to pay that. All right. This was something that some have been dreading and some have been hoping for quite a while now. But on Friday, Disney and Fox's special shareholder meeting took place at New York Hilton Midtown Hotel.
Not at Stark Tower?
Not at Stark Tower. Within 8 minutes, the combination merger proposal from 21st Century Fox received a majority of votes from its shareholders to approve the deal for Disney to acquire a number of Fox assets.
Okay.
Now this is bad because it's like one company controlling all of this stuff. That's not good.
That is not good.
That's the bad news. The portion of Fox that Disney proposed to purchase include the TV and movie studios, Star India, FX, Nat Geo, Fox's 30% stake in Hulu, and Fox's 39% stake in Sky, the European pay TV company. See, that's what Comcast wanted when they were trying to outbid. They were after Sky TV. Didn't happen.
So Disney wins.
So Disney wins that. At the Disney meeting, one shareholder complained the price was too high. I'd like to be that guy. But within 11 minutes, the vote was tallied in favor of the merger. So that's, that the bad news is that all of that stuff is going to Disney. Disney did not purchase what is now known as New Fox, which includes the broadcast network Fox News Channel, Fox Business Network, FS1 and FS2. So they did not.
Yeah, you don't want those.
So the bad news is you've got one company controlling everything.
Yeah.
But it's a good company.
Well,
the good news is...
Well, for now. They're mad with power.
The good news is that means that Marvel Studios get the X-Men back and the Fantastic Four back, which means a Marvel Studios Doctor Doom, the greatest villain in all of comics.
What about Ghost Rider? Where's he?
I don't know. I think he's at Paramount.
No one mentioned Ghost Rider.
No one mentioned Ghost Rider. Sorry.
What a shock.
But we are, we're going to get the X-Men versus the Avengers movie.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know that's going to happen because there's money to be made.
Yes.
I'm excited. Okay, so on Friday it was revealed that Carrie Fisher will in fact be in the new Star Wars movie.
From Beyond the Grave?
She's dead.
That's going to start shooting 1st of August in London.
She and Gary both have assumed room temperature.
J.J. Abrams, Gary's fine.
I thought he died too.
No.
Who has Gary?
Her daughter.
Probably her daughter or her brother.
I'm going to check on Gary.
Check on Gary, would you? So J.J. Abrams said in a statement, "We desperately loved Carrie Fisher. Finding a truly satisfying conclusion to the Skywalker saga without her eluded us. We were never going to recast or use a CG character. So they're going to use unused footage of her from these other 2 movies and find a way to work it into the story."
They had to get permission from her family to do it.
Gary the dog has a Twitter.
Yeah.
And he just tweeted.
He just tweeted.
Yes, Mommy is going to be in the next Star Wars movie.
Well, there you go.
I'm going to follow Gary.
They had to get Gary's permission.
Mommy will be in the movie.
But Carrie Fisher's brother and her daughter Billie Lourd are fine with this. They say that's the way to do it. And so she will be in the next Star Wars movie somehow. But now that you have this knowledge, are you going to be looking?
Sure,
of
course.
When you're watching the movie, are you going to be going, well, that seemed kind of shoehorned in?
Rewriting some scenes to fit, like Carrie Fisher eating lunch.
in the cafeteria?
Craft services.
In her trailer? No, I think they're, my guess is they're good enough.
Think they'll figure it out?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, they had plenty of dead people in the last one. So.
What?
Peter, Cushing was dead.
Oh, but he was CG though. See, they're not.
Oh, this is different.
This
All
is
right.
different. You can write that character and do
that's
what you want with it. You liked Altered Carbon, both of you?
Yes.
You fell off.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix, right?
No,
Yes.
wait. Remind me which one that is.
It's about the guy whose consciousness is transported to a new body far in the future, and he's trying to solve a murder.
Oh, yeah.
Joel Kinnaman was
Joel
the
Kinnaman.
first guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, season 2 is coming without Joel Kinnaman.
Because they trade bodies.
They trade bodies.
Yeah.
So, according to the Hollywood Reporter, Anthony Mackie,
the
Falcon,
okay.
is signed on to play Takeshi Kovacs, the convicted criminal turned detective.
Yeah. Now I'm remembering the show better. I like. Yeah, I did.
At the end of season 1, Kovacs gave up his sleeve, the body of the cop named Riker, which contained Kovacs' mind, in order to save his life. And so Mackey's casting is seamlessly woven into the plot. He'll just take over from there. So there you go.
Is there any news about that other? I think it was Netflix. Was it called Bright?
Yeah, I think they're doing a second one.
With the alien. I mean, it's essentially Alien.
It should have been called Orc Cop.
Yeah.
Alien Nation.
Yeah, it's essentially Alien Nation.
Yeah.
But the guy who plays the Orc Cop is really good. So I like that.
Yeah,
show.
you're getting another one of those. Yeah. And this I'm really interested in because I loved this movie so much. Time Bandits.
Yeah.
The TV show.
Oh.
Because you could do anything with that, really.
According to Deadline, it's going to be on Apple TV. The series will have Terry Gilliam, the film's original director and co-writer, as a non-writing executive producer. That'll go well. If we know anything about Terry.
Yeah.
Beyond that, there's no information on how they're going to do it. Time Bandits, it's about a kid named Kevin who is drawn into time-traveling adventures after a fateful encounter with a group of dwarves who have been zipping through space and time with the help of a magical map.
Oh, okay.
This is for the youngsters. They don't know. Between stealing stuff and hanging out with actual historic figures like Robin Hood, the group is also pursued by the supreme being.
Yeah.
God, essentially.
Ralph Richardson.
Yeah.
Well, they stole the map.
And evil. The devil.
David Warner.
Yeah, both of whom want the map for their own purposes. So it's going to be a kids show, they say. And, teaching you about history. I guess tricking you into learning is what they'll be doing with the Time Bandits TV show.
I don't want TV to teach me nothing.
Exactly.
I want it to shut my brain off.
Crash northbound 7th East at 17th South in Salt Lake. The cars are blocking the right lane. Stay to the left there. Not only is the left lane blocked with a crash on I-15 southbound in Roy, the on-ramp from 5600 South is blocked on the right just before it joins with southbound I-15. So a couple different issues there. Crash northbound I-15 approaching the 92 exit in Lehigh. Cars are blocking the right lane and shoulder, and traffic backing quickly there. Had a few friends of the program send that one in to us. Haster Games in Midvale coming August 10th at Haster. Pick up the Commander 2018 decks and the board game Azul, which recently won the Game of the Year award, the world's most prestigious board game award. Browse online at hastergames.com.
All right, thank you very much. We got Boner Fight coming up. Stand by for that. While we're talking geek stuff, Fan X is back.
Yeah, there are a lot of great people coming.
They keep announcing more people.
Exactly. FanX, formerly Salt Lake Comic-Con, is back at the Salt Palace Convention Center September 6th through the 8th. And they just announced Katie Sackhoff over the weekend. So you got 3 women from Battlestar Galactica. You got Lucy Lawless, you got Katie Sackhoff, and Tricia Helfer. I want to talk to Tricia Helfer about Lucifer as opposed to Battlestar
I bet she
Galactica.
would appreciate that.
Yeah, she probably would. Ben Affleck, David Tennant, Tim Curry, Dick Van Dyke, Evangeline Lilly, Carl Urban, Rainn Wilson, Chuck Norris, Ian McDiarmid, Tom Welling, Paul Rubens. They're just filling it up. This is one of their biggest lineups to date. And, of course, panels and all those kinds of things. And the vendor's floor where you can buy art or souvenirs or whatever. Get the full lineup and purchase tickets at fanxsaltlake.com.
AWOL Nation.
Well, you'll have to excuse me because I have to use the bathroom.
You know, he works late a couple nights a week, and then I'm in charge of dinner.
That means Olive Garden.
Which is a laugh.
Which me in charge of dinner is never me making dinner.
It's Olive Garden.
You know, you could learn. You're not stupid. You could learn. It's not. No, it's probably too late for you.
Listen, there are a limited number of recipes that you can do with meat and bread. And that's
And my kids will tell you this story if you ever have them. What does your mom make you for dinner? And you know what they will tell you? Mac and milk.
Mac and milk?
Because a while ago I went to make mac and cheese for them.
You know, we have people who work for the Division of Child and Family Services listening to this show. I'm not sure you want to tell this.
And because I don't eat mac and cheese, I don't think, really. So you boil the pasta, and then I measured out the milk.
This is for the boxed.
Yeah, to put the
crap
powder in.
that any moron can do.
Yeah.
That at 8 years old
Yeah.
I was doing.
And I poured the milk into the noodles, and I put it on the table, and the kids, all three of them, sitting there, and they said, did you put the cheese?
Where's the cheese?
back in?
It's just powder. It's cheese powder. Where is it?
I forgot to put it in the milk and mix it up.
So you are stupid. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yeah.
It's impossible for you to learn to cook.
Yes.
You could do it.
But my husband does such a good job.
But that burden falls upon you to give succor to your family.
can have
to nourish
pizza twice a week.
Gina, to nourish and strengthen their bodies.
That doesn't hurt them to have pizza twice a week.
So you're a disappointment. I'm surprised you snagged a husband.
I am too.
Well, everybody.
And he's such a good guy. He wouldn't divorce me now that he knows the truth.
Even though he was duped.
This is now a pity marriage.
All the way.
I'm married.
I got him to marry me quickly.
Now I'm married to you out of pity. I got to stick with you because you wouldn't survive. That was a nice break.
Well, there's a reason we played that.
What would that be?
What? I think that's my favorite Weezer song, by the way.
You think?
I would say that.
Mine's probably Pork and Beans, but this radio station that we are on.
You mean X96?
Has been playing Weezer's version of Africa.
Oh God.
Quite a bit.
Now,
and I get tweeted at every time we play it.
If you don't know the backstory of that, just let me quickly tell you.
Okay.
Which I think this is fun.
It's a bad version of a bad song.
So
what's fun about that?
So Weezer had a fan that was incessantly bothering them on social media to cover Toto's Africa.
My response to that would be to have them arrested.
And Weezer said, okay. Well, we're not going to do Africa, but we'll cover Rosanna. And they released that.
Which my complaint was it wasn't their own take on it. It was a true to Toto version of it.
Now
and not as it's not as good as the bad song is.
But the kid on social media was like, no, that was not good enough for him. I want you to do Africa. So Weezer did Africa, and we've been playing. Lots of people have been playing it.
It's a hit.
So now you knew this was coming. It's tit for tat.
I'm sorry?
It's tit for Toto.
Which one is tit and which one is tat?
Toto has said, well, it seems only fair that we record a Weezer song
Which
No,
one?
so they debated. So which one do we do? They talked about doing Beverly Hills, but they picked Hash Pipe, which
We haven't?
No, that's going to be released in the next few weeks. They've recorded it, but
it'll be coming soon.
It's coming soon, but
You know,
Toto doing Hash Pipe.
What'll be really terrible is if it's better than the Weezer version.
I can't imagine.
I
that
can't
would be-
either, but
But I have to give Toto a little round of applause for picking that song.
here's the deal with Toto, as far as I'm concerned. There's a group of very good musicians who did terrible songs.
You don't like any Toto song?
No.
You don't like Rosanna?
No.
Come on.
No.
A little bit.
Maybe a tiny bit. Okay. Maybe you could squeeze a
How
tiny bit.
about Hold
of
the
it.
Line? You like?
I was going to say, Hold the Line is about the only.
Let me hear that. I can't.
let me find
I can't place it in my head.
I always wanted to be able to play that on piano because I think it's just banging.
Can you
on
play the piano at all?
I can play You Light Up My Life.
Here's Hold the Line.
Oh. No. It's just one of those. I don't know how to explain it better.
I've
than
always
that.
thought that song was an angry beer drinking music, like. You know the scene in a movie when someone comes into a beer and they sit at the bar and the bartender hands them a beer and they just sort of angrily chug it like, "Argh!"
Yeah, I see that all the time.
"Argh!" like that.
It's more like a Guardians of the Galaxy song.
Oh.
Is what it is now.
Well,
All right.
Well, be waiting
I sure am.
because you're
Bated
gonna
breath.
gonna get Toto Hash Pipe.
I don't have to get it if I don't want it. I can plug my ears.
I'm Toto Hash Pipe.
I don't want it. I
No?
don't want anything to do with it. No. And I used to like Weezer, but it's going down. Everything's going down.
You lay down with dogs,
Get
you'll
up with-
wake up with fleas.
You get up with Weezer.
And that's what you're getting there, Weezer.
Exactly.
We'll take a break. We'll be back with Boner Fight. Stand by for that. And some reasonable amount of news before that.
Carpet cleaning?
Zero res.
Yeah, if you now Gina has zero res because she's like this. She has zero res at her house. Every other month, I think.
Well,
to
they
clean carpets
clean
and tile
not just
and,
carpet. I have had them seal my countertops.
and where the dog vomits, you can't tell. You cannot tell where the
No.
dog vomited because
I keep it clean.
Zero res. Now look, if you've ever, you go to, you think, well, what do I need to do to get my carpets clean? Oh, I know, I'll go to the store and rent one of those machines. No, do not do that.
No, that's the worst.
Yeah, it's
Have the professionals.
The work is too hard, and you won't do a good job. So call Zero Res. Right now they have this offer: $33 per room, minimum supply, plus clean 3 rooms. So if you do 3 rooms, they'll throw in a 4th one for free. So that's a pretty great deal. All you got to do is call them and make an appointment. Tell them we sent you. The number is 801-288-9376. That's 288-ZERO, Zero Res.
X96 and Utah Eye Centers invite you to help the homeless children along the Wasatch Front. Tonight.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! Our elders are tracting their way across the cosmos, looking for prospective converts, when suddenly they find themselves aboard the last surviving battlestar, Galactica, where our elders are introduced to Commander Adama.
Quiet, Muffy. They don't look like Cylons.
Welcome. I'm Commander Adama.
Hi, I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen. We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons. Say, you look like that guy from Bonanza.
I am in command of this fleet, and we are searching for the lost tribe of humans and a shining planet called Earth.
What a coincidence! We're from Earth. Would this lost tribe you're looking for just happen to go by the name of Nephites?
No, I don't think so. What can you tell us of Earth?
Well, everybody there is pretty much like us.
Hey, Lehigh, why don't you show them the Saturday's Warrior holographic disc that your mom sent you?
Look, Muffy. They have more teeth than you do.
And you say this pretty well represents Earth?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Colonel Ty, turn the fleet around and set course for Cylon.
Father, you can't be serious.
Son, if we have to choose between genocide and a life with those Saturday's Warrior people, I'll take my chances with the Cylons.
So, I guess this means that you won't be joining our church then.
Apollo, Starbuck, show these two to a launch bay, and make sure they take that holodisc with them.
Oh, Felger Carb.
Elder Jensen, what's your language?
Fleeing the Lex Diaz of Edo tyranny, the last battlestar, Galactica, sets off for a shining planet called Cylon. Join us next time to hear Elder Jensen say,
"Hey, do you think that kid knows that his dog is really just a monkey in an orange dog suit?"
On the next brain-numbing episode of Space Elders!
X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
Remember that info. You're going to need it here in about 7 minutes for boner fights to decide who is boner of the day. But first, big boy news and Opinnuendo brought to you by...
Elevate your summer at Snowbird, offering daily activities like the aerial tram, mountain coaster, and all-new Woodward Rectangle. Pre-purchase your all-day activity pass online for best pricing. Details at snowbird.com.
Well, I just saw this, and I don't know quite what to make of it. Will Smith, Jordan Peele, Kirsten Dunst, Robert Downey Jr. are part of YouTube Originals' new series lineup. YouTube said Friday that in Will Smith, The Jump, Will Smith will bungee from a helicopter over the Grand Canyon.
Why?
I don't know what to make of this.
Because we have all this money and we need to throw it at Will Smith.
The live broadcast will take place on September 25th, his 50th birthday. His bravado is it's in response to a challenge from the Yes Theory channel on YouTube.
I need more information.
Get Out filmmaker Jordan Peele is the co-creator with Key and Peele writer Charlie Sanders of Weird City, described by YouTube as a comedic sci-fi anthology series with 6 episodes. I don't get this. So were they talking about 2 different things here? This is just confusing.
Maybe you should move on.
Guest stars will include Rosario Dawson, Michael Cera, and Laverne Cox.
I like all those people.
Yeah. So I think it's 2 different things. There's the bungee jump thing, and then there's this series called Weird City. She's going to be okay apparently, but ex-porn star Mia Khalifa. She took a puck to the boob.
Excuse me?
A hockey puck. Actually, it was really quite devastating.
Well, those are dangerous.
Yeah, she was hit by a hockey puck. She was watching a Capitals playoff game when the 6-ounce puck smashed into her chest, and it
deflated.
It ruined her implant, and it was quite painful. The Caps and West Ham fan has revealed she has to go under the knife at the start of the next year to fix her breast. I was sitting behind the glass during a game, and it came shooting over the glass, caught me so off guard I had no idea it was coming. I grabbed my chest, and I didn't want to let go. It was so painful. But on the upside,
yes,
Ms. Khalifa says, she's an ex-porn star, by the way.
What does she do now?
She does sports reporting. There is an upside. I got to keep the puck.
Oh, that's not an upside.
No, she's excited. She's a huge fan. Billy Corgan wants everybody to know he is not Taylor Swift's father.
Of course he's not.
Who
thought he was?
He has been called more than a few things over the years, but in a pair of new social media posts, he dispels some meme lore while also casting a shadow of doubt on the identity of himself as well. He caught wind of a meme going around that posted photos of himself and Taylor Swift that included a number of similar facial features and conspiracy theory of him being the father, which led to a rather bizarre response. Not only did he shoot down that claim, he also went into a deep discussion that even Billy Corgan may not be real.
He's crazy.
Yeah, he's gone over.
He said, there is no Billy Corgan. My name is, well, he's somebody else. Billy Corgan is just something he created, he says.
Don't care.
He's insane.
Polar bear attacked and injured a cruise ship employee who was leading tourists off a ship Saturday on an Arctic archipelago between mainland Norway and the North Pole. The Joint Rescue Coordination for Norway tweeted that the polar bear attacked when the tourists from the MS Bremen landed on the northern island of Svalbard archipelago. It's known for being very remote, having a lot of glaciers, having reindeer and polar bears. The man was attacked by the polar bear and injured, and they shot the polar bear, killed it.
Great.
They said it was an act of self-defense.
Did they try giving him a Coke?
They should have just stayed out of the polar bear's home.
Would somebody give me a Coke, please?
I think it's sad they
It's
shot
very
him.
They shouldn't. You know, they should have found another way.
They should have just let's move back. We're sorry, but no. CBS President Les Moonves is under fire now. Now, this is one of the most powerful men in entertainment.
Les, is that short for Lester?
Leslie.
Hey, come
Leslie?
on.
Oh,
so it's not Leslie the molester.
Oh, Lester.
I know it. I know, but so it's not.
That's what I'm saying. Is not Lester.
No, it's not.
Then I cannot make that rhyme.
No. No, you can't.
No.
For more than 20 years, Moonves has been one of the most powerful media execs in America. He's now been accused by 6 women of sexual misconduct, and some of them allege really serious sexual misconduct, like attacking them. His wife, Julie Chen, who is also a TV host on a lot of CBS shows.
Big Brother, right. And what's that talk show that she's on with the other women?
The Talk. No.
Chat.
There's so many of them.
It's The Talk.
The Talk, The Chew,
The Blab.
Yeah.
She says, I don't believe any of this. I stand by my husband. He's a good guy. But there's a pretty detailed article about it in New Yorker by Ronan Farrow.
Was he married when he got together with Julie Chen?
I think so, but I'm not positive. The allegations, one of the main accusers is Ileana Douglas, who got an Emmy nomination for her role in 6 Feet Under. She was introduced to Moonves in 1996, and she said that he was pretty forcible kissing and that kind of stuff. So Les Moonves, not Lester.
Not Lester.
No.
Weather?
Weather and air is bad. I mean, the weather's not bad. It's just the same. It hasn't done anything different for a long time.
I can see it.
And that means the air's not moving around, and that means the air is bad because we've got all the fires in California and Utah, and it's just this particulate matter sitting there.
All right.
96.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
Let's see. Here's the winner from round 1 in the 7 o'clock hour going up against the winner of round 2. So number 1 is he was wasting our money on something he could get for free. So the older woman shot her husband dead because he was buying pornography on the TV. She said, you've got to stop doing this, and he did it again, so she went and got a gun and shot him. Boner candidate number 2, when you find out where I work, you won't arrest me. A guy who was arrested by the police said, look, I work at Krispy Kreme Donuts. If you don't arrest me, all the donuts you want. The cops, they love donuts, but not that much. They arrested him anyway. That's number 2.
All right, there you go. You've got to decide of these 2 candidates which one deserves to be Boner of the Day. 1 or 2. Remember your candidate number. Put that number in the message of a text. And then text that to 33986. Just 1 or 2. You can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Fight July 30. And vote there. You've only got 4.5 minutes to do it, though. Let's go. This is Boner of the Day.
X96 is Utah's original alternative with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding coming up right after Radio from Hell.
We have late-breaking news from the nursery. Mikkel is on the line. Hello, Mikkel.
Mikkel.
This is Gina's sister, Mikkel.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning.
Are you at the hospital, Mikkel?
I am. Am I a terrible sister? I'm out here in the hall calling you guys. Why am I doing that?
Because we need to know.
Are you an aunt?
Of course I'm an aunt. I'm
Well,
the aunt.
Well, she was an aunt
Well, I
before,
know, but
though.
are you an aunt
a new
two
aunt.
times over?
Many times over. I don't even know how many times over.
Did Gina have the baby?
Yes, we have a baby.
We've got a baby.
What is it? Is it human?
It's a human baby.
It appears to be human.
Did it come out wearing a little turban and those turned up shoes?
No, but actually there is a funny story which I can relay.
Okay.
That Joe put in a soothing CD, and out come these sounds of all these monkey sounds. It's like a jungle CD.
It's the Is it the rainforest? Is that what it was?
It's supposed to be, nice, soothing labor and delivery music, and all of a sudden we hear this. And so then we're out in the hall talking to the doctor who's here, and it's not her regular doctor. And the nurse said, "Don't worry, this doctor's wonderful. In fact, last week or this summer, he delivered the baby orangutan up at the Hogle Zoo."
Oh,
so he's really good.
So Mikkel, it's a little girl. We knew that.
Yeah, Jonesy, she's 7'7".
Okay. 7 pounds, 7 ounces.
And you can braid her hair.
So not that huge.
But a lot of hair though.
Huh.
But tons of hair.
Did we think she was going to be bigger than that?
She looked bigger than that.
Now.
What? She was huge. What are we talking? What are we mincing words for? Gina looked huge.
She looks beautiful.
Yes, all pregnant women are beautiful and huge. All right.
So 7 pounds, 7 ounces.
But she still is about 10 days early, so she's a good size.
Well, that's a good size.
And everything. And was it a hard delivery? Easy? Was it?
No, not a peep. Gina didn't say a word. Just 2 pushes and out she popped. It was quick.
The baby just slid right out.
Is that because she had the drugs, right? That's why she didn't make a peep,
yes.
right?
Her thumb was going crazy on the bolus. Absolutely.
I'm tired.
There you go. Get out of here.
Well, that's great
That's good news.
Great news. I just had to. Yeah, she's probably going to kill me that I called you guys, but I had to do it.
No, I think she'll be happy you did.
Okay.
Thanks, Mikkel.
Okay, Elsa.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, tell her to just relax or something.
Is Radio from Hell on X96.
Time to award Boner of the Day. Is it brought to you by?
No, just by whatever Bill had for dinner last night.
It was country-style pork ribs and corn on the cob. Thanks for asking. So we had Boner candidate number 1. He was wasting our money on something he could get for free. It's this woman who shot her husband dead because he did it not once but twice. He ordered pornography on the TV. I told you could get that for free. And so she shot him. And that was going up against the winner of round 2, which was, when you find out where I work, you won't arrest me. A Krispy Kreme donut worker offering cops donuts if they let him go. Let's see. The winner? Boner candidate number 1. He was wasting our money on something he could get for free.
There it is. That's your Boner of the Day for July 30. It is now qualified for Boner of the Week. That'll be decided on Friday at about this time.
It's nice to have in the studio here someone I know. Brooke Horsch is her name, and she is the, what do you call yourself, the director of?
Sure.
Okay,
that's a
good.
great word.
Of Utah Presents. Now, this is something I became aware of, I think, only for the first time last year, and it's kind of a hidden secret, really.
Well, let's make it not hidden.
That's right, exactly. Utah Presents, it's at the University of Utah.
Correct.
What is it overall, Brooke?
So Utah Presents is a nonprofit performing arts presenter, which means that we are focused on using creativity to make this place we live in even more cool.
You bring in shows that are kind of unusual, offbeat, mostly done at Kingsbury Hall.
Yeah, we oversee Kingsbury, and that's where a lot of the shows are, but we really do projects all over the place. So you'll find us in all sorts of interesting spots.
Now, it's a big season.
It is.
It starts on September what?
September 8th is our first event. It's a collaboration we've been doing with TEDx for quite some time now, and we always love opening the season with them.
TEDx is like their TED Talks, but they put X on them because they do them at
locally.
And it's local, like universities. And
yeah, it doesn't have to be at a university, but it's great because it helps generate all the content that you find out on the TEDx website.
So we start with TEDx, and it go. When does the season end?
It doesn't end until late April, early May.
So a lot of shows.
Yeah, lots of shows between those 2 dates.
Now let's focus on a couple that I'm pretty excited about, and I know you are too. Taylor Mack.
Taylor Mack.
Describe Taylor Mack to people.
Yeah,
I really want to see this.
Sounds like a makeup line. It's
Taylor's sort of indescribable. I can tell you to just trust me. And we had him here in January of 2016, and everyone was really shocked that we brought him to Utah, of all places. And he raised the roof. We had so many people come out for Taylor. Taylor is a playwright, a singer, an amazing singer, actually, a performer.
So is this a one-person show?
No. He travels with a band.
Okay.
This particular show is called A 24-Decade History of Popular Music. It's a project that he's been working on for a number of years. But what he does is, so Taylor's also a drag queen. That's important to know.
Yeah.
But keep in mind that he's not RuPaul-style drag. He's more like deconstructed drag, so a lot messier. So this particular project, though, Taylor has curated songs from the beginning of our country in 1776 until present. Each act is an hour long and uses songs, popular music from that decade, to tell the story of what was happening in our country and in our history at that time.
Okay.
But it's telling it from the point of view of people who never got a voice in the history books.
Yeah.
But using popular music, because popular music does that, right? It reflects what the people of the time were thinking about.
It's really genius. It's a genius concept, and he's been doing this show for quite a while.
He has,
and I've read reviews of it when he's done it in New York.
It is life-changing.
Yeah.
I went to the 24-hour performance. I've seen Taylor a number of times, and like I said, we had him here in January of 2016, and the response was so huge that we had to bring him back.
He did a 24-hour performance?
Yeah, all the acts consecutively in 24 hours. It was still the most amazing experience. I mean, even more amazing than having my children, honestly.
Brooke Horsch, the director of Utah Presents, and so Taylor Mack will be when?
Taylor is on November 3rd, and this time we're doing the abridged version. So we don't have 24 hours.
Okay.
He's never doing the 24 hours again because it obviously was a big endeavor.
Is this Taylor Mack?
Oh, yeah. And we're doing the abridged version, which means you'll get a little taste of every decade.
So it would be like an hour and a half or something?
3 hours.
It's 3 hours?
Yeah, but it goes by super fast.
Okay.
Be ready for audience participation. Be ready for it to be something that you will never experience anything else like it. Be ready for crazy over-the-top costumes. Taylor's costumes are amazing. We're going to be exhibiting a couple of the costumes at UMOCA, which is a great friend and partner of ours. Machine Dazzle is his costume creator, and he'll be coming in to
Machine
install
Dazzle.
those. So you'll be able to check them out in person the month of October.
Tickets will go quickly for this, I would assume.
Yeah, the packages are already selling really well, and then single tickets go on sale tomorrow, July 31st.
Also, quickly, Scott Sylvan, the illusionist. I saw him last year.
You did,
and he was he does magic, but he does it through telling a story.
Yeah, he's very theatrical.
Yeah,
yeah.
Quite
I
good.
would recommend actually, Bill, for you, particularly because you saw the stage show last year, which we're repeating again because it was so popular. But we're also opening up these dinners. They're an exclusive dinner experience for just 24 people at a time, and it's called At the Illusionist's Table. And you get a 3-course meal, and you get magic with Scott, illusion with Scott. They're amazing as well.
Also coming, Bassem Youssef. You've seen him before. He was known as the John Stewart of Egypt.
Yeah.
And he comes and does a show. We're running out of time, Brooke. Let's just quickly get to how do people get tickets and.
UtahPresents.org. Single tickets go on sale tomorrow.
Okay.
So it's pretty simple.
And we have some to give away, actually.
Oh, that's right. We're going to give away, I don't know how many, and you can look through the catalog or go online to utahpresents.org and pick a show that you want to see.
So just call right now, 877-602-9696. And I don't know however many we have. We'll give them away till they're gone.
If you buy before August 20th, you'll pay no fees. And again, info and tickets at utahpresents.org. Brooke Horsch, thanks. Always lovely to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay,
Thank
I'll
you
see
very
you
much.
at Taylor Mac.
You bet.
All right, so we'll take a break. We'll be back. New Duello. Got to tell you about New Duello.
Oh, yes, New Duello. It's
you can get down payment assistance, and it's grant money that's regenerated every month. And the way you find out if you qualify for it, just to start the process, is by texting the word money to 62687.
Yep. If you now, this is for any. You don't have to be a first-time home buyer. It could be a second home. It's just if you want to buy a home, and it's there's a restriction. It's like under $437,000.
So when I text that, I get a return text, right? And it has 7 questions.
It's a questionnaire just to get you started. If you can answer all those questions affirmatively and honestly, then you could move on to the next stage of getting that money.
So just text the word money to 62687. New Duello handles the rest. And find out if you're eligible for down payment assistance for when you buy a house.
You better get your ass to the X96 Toyota Big Ass Show, Saturday, September 1st at the Gallivan Center.
And now it's time for another edition of Ned Hastings, Smoking Psychotherapist. Brought to you by Iger Brothers Chain Link. Whatever your chain link need, be it fences, neck ornaments, or medieval armor, call Iger Brothers. We've been linking you up with the finest chain link products for over 30 years. And now Ned Hastings, Smoking Psychotherapist.
Ladies and gentlemen, order. Order, please. It's time to get this committee meeting underway. The Utah State Legislature has impaneled this panel to look into Utah's new law prohibiting cigarette smoking in all public places. We'll be hearing from a series of expert witnesses today. The first person to testify is a psychotherapist named Ned Hastings. Sergeant at Arms, could you call Mr. Hastings to the committee room, please? Mr. Hastings, Ned Hastings, please come into the committee room. Mr. Hastings, thank you for being with us today. May I say that it's an unusual contraption that you're wearing. It looks like a spacesuit.
Close, but no cigarette, Mr. Chairman. It works on the same principle as a spacesuit, and it was developed by NASA, but this is my patented Ned Hastings smoke suit. The backpack portion recycles fine, rich Turkish tobacco instead of fresh air. The bubble headgear captures every bit of smoke. None escapes into the outer atmosphere, thereby allowing me to roam freely through Utah's smoke-free environment.
Well, I'm not sure that this is allowable. You may be breaking a Utah law.
Oh, but I'm willing to take that risk for the sake of sweet, sweet tobacco.
Mr. Haston, I'm having a hard time seeing your face through the bubble.
Oh, yes. I'm still working on a system to clear the tar and nicotine resins from the inner surface. I have a devil of a time behind the wheel of my sporty car.
Oh, yes. Mr. Haston, you've been called before this panel as an expert witness. You are a psychotherapist, are you not?
I am.
And what is your expert view of the new Utah Clean Air Act?
I feel that it is an abomination before God and man. Not only does the law discourage people from finding good mental health by becoming new smokers, it is causing those existing smokers who have achieved some measure of mental stability to become unhinged. If this law stays in effect, I am anticipating a rash of crimes the like of which you little people have never...
My God, his suit sprung a leak!
Filthy tobacco smoke is leaking into the hollow chamber. Evacuate this building immediately!
Oh no! If tobacco smoke is leaking out, that means that fresh air is getting in. Must reach the cigarettes in car. Holy shit!
Will Ned make it to his cigarettes in time? Join us next as Iger Brothers Chain Link presents another in the continuing adventures of Ned Hastings, smoking psychotherapist.
Radio from Hell.
So, I seen the Skyscraper movie.
Why?
Why did you do
Why
that?
did you do that?
Because Muhammad wanted to see it.
You are the parent here. You can say no.
I'm so tired of making the same movie over and over. It's Die Hard.
Okay, so
It is.
What you knew
Die
that going?
Hard.
You knew that going in. Why are you outraged? Just don't go see it.
And
don't let your 12-year-old bully you into it.
He's 10. They don't
even worse.
They don't even try to make it a little bit different. I mean,
Is it the Nakatomi Plaza?
It's an Asian. It's an Asian name. I can't remember the name of it. But The Rock, his family. He's a cop.
Is it at Christmas time?
It's not at Christmas. He's a cop.
Yeah.
And his family's trapped.
Does somebody say I'm getting too old for this?
No.
So it's not the same movie at all.
Family's trapped.
Yeah.
And
Family, not just his ex-wife.
Well, yeah, I mean, but
So it's not the same movie at all.
family trapped at the end of the movie. So there's a cop throughout the movie, another cop, down on the ground while he's up in the tower trying to save the family. And at the end of the movie...
Is there some extraneous chauffeur part of the movie driving around, distracting from the movie?
At the end of the movie, they finally meet each other, and they act... I believe this line is ripped straight from Die Hard, where he says, it's nice to finally meet you and put a face with...
Which is what people say. It's not like an iconic line or anything.
No, to the cop that's me.
Yeah.
Two were not in the movie, though.
But here's the difference, is that Bruce Willis did not have a prosthetic leg.
That's right. He's missing a leg.
But he does the thing where he ties the rope around him, and then he breaks...
But he does it while he's missing a leg.
Does he walk through glass barefoot?
Well, he's already missing the leg.
See, it's a different movie.
He'd be able to hop on the prosthetic leg.
Does he hop through glass? It's a totally different movie then. I don't know what your problem is.
Missing a leg.
Guy's missing a leg.
Well,
Bruce Willis had both legs.
The movie I saw yesterday morning was not like Die Hard at all.
I heard this is really good.
So it was Saturday night, and I said to Sue, I said, I'm seeing nothing but good reviews. I follow a lot of directors and movie makers on Twitter. The Geek Show account does. And I said, I'm seeing nothing but praise for this new Mission Impossible movie. And she goes, well, do you want to see it? I said, well, yeah, eventually I'll get around to it. And she pulls out her phone and goes, 9:45 tomorrow morning, you'll be all alone in the theater, I guarantee you. So I went.
Were you?
And I was.
Pretty much.
Oh, it was great. In one of those big luxury theaters, It was quite good.
Yeah, I understand that.
I've heard it's supposed to be the best out of the Mission Impossible.
I mean, and I'm not familiar with the franchise enough. I've seen a couple of them.
Yeah, me too.
I saw the one with Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
I can't think of any others that I've seen.
Which wasn't great, but Philip Seymour Hoffman was worth watching because he was...
He made that movie.
Yeah.
And so I've only seen a couple of them, and there's, what, 6?
This is the 6th.
This is the 6th one?
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
And so I was, and the plot doesn't matter.
No. It sounds like cool action.
Yeah, they explain it to you as it goes. There's 3 nuclear bombs. Okay.
And that's it.
And that's
all you have to know.
They explain everything. You don't have to worry about backstory of the characters or anything. Just,
Yeah. And the plot doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter, no. But boy, when Sean Means said that Tom Cruise is the modern day American Jackie Chan, I got to give it to him.
Yeah.
I got to give it to him.
He does all his own stuff, or most of his own stuff.
He is crazy, and there are things that he does in this film that you will not believe it.
Well, there are things that he shouldn't do.
There are things, exactly. That's exactly the thought. These are things you should not be doing.
It's the only way he's been able to figure out how to get audiences to love him.
Probably.
I'm serious.
I think you're right. But it's it's all this amazing, and it's also great that the first half of the movie takes place in Paris. So you're all over the streets of Paris.
I understand the motorcycle scene around the Arc de Triomphe is amazing.
Pretty amazing.
And he does this himself.
And he does all the stunts.
Yeah.
But it's the third act where you've got 3 different scenes of incredibly tense stuff happening. And to top it all off, Tom Cruise, who doesn't know how to fly a helicopter, flying a helicopter, chasing Henry Cavill, who's shooting at Tom Cruise from his helicopter. So there's 2 helicopters chasing each other. And Henry Cavill, he's got a thing, and Tom Cruise needs that thing, and time is running out.
Is that thing called a MacGuffin?
It could be. It was a little box with a thing on it.
Yeah.
And he needs that thing.
I got to get it.
Because if he doesn't get that thing in time, then the other 2 scenes are affected because of what's happening with Tom Cruise. Incredibly tense. And Henry Cavill, I wouldn't want to fight him.
Well, he's Superman.
There's a fight scene in a men's bathroom between those 2.
I've seen
it.
And
Henry Cavill is way bigger than Tom Cruise.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
And just, he's a badass. So yeah, go see this movie. And if You need to see it on a big screen. You really do.
Yeah. I think Tom Cruise learned to fly a helicopter for this movie.
Well, the character doesn't know how to fly a helicopter.
Right, but
he learned how to do it.
Yeah.
For the.
Yeah, he learned how to not fly. He learned to fly a helicopter
Enough
so he
to-
could pretend not to know how to fly.
To not know how to fly the helicopter.
Yeah. Which doesn't, I don't know. If you don't know how to fly a helicopter, I'm not quite sure how you can just pick it up as you go. But he does.
He figures it out.
Yeah, because he's Tom Cruise.
'Cause he's Tom
I mean,
Cruise.
he's Ethan Hunt.
Ethan Hunt.
He's Ethan Hunt, yeah.
And they still do that rubber mask thing. They're still doing it.
Well, they still do the, this mission, if you choose to take it, they still do that.
Tape will self-destruct.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning. First thing.
Yeah.
They never don't choose to take it.
No.
Well, and they bring that up a couple of times in
they?
this one. This is
Maybe this is the one we should have chosen to not do. And it's just him and the two guys, right?
Him and Simon Pegg and Ving Rhames.
That's the team.
That's his team. And then there's a woman that shows up. And,
Oh, she's trouble, I bet.
oh, she was kicking ass.
But trouble.
Yeah. Anyway, it was fun. I don't rush out to go see Mission Impossible movies, but so many people I respected were talking about how great it was.
I know we're supposed to be recording some stuff after the show today.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be here.
You're not?
No, I'm going to go see that movie.
Go see it. You'll probably be in the theater by yourself.
Which I like.
In the morning.
Yeah.
That's when you go. Go first show in the morning. All right, let's do the promo and get out of here.
On Tuesday's Radio from Hell show.
At 7:45, we have an X poll. What is your social media win? I mean, if you had somebody famous retweet you or comment on your status, get ready to call and share your social media stories.
At 9 a.m., Todd Newcomb, our boss, comes in to talk about trains. I mean, tunes.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday Tunes with Todd.
That's all on.
Trains. Yeah. Yeah, go.
That's all on Tuesday's Radio from Hell show on X96. But
Why not roll with the punches, Gina?
why are you punching?
Why would that stymie you in the slightest?
Because
Just
it didn't
roll.
say be there.
Because I started talking when the last word
Just
that
roll.
was.
Yeah, but you do that all the time anyway. So just roll. Go.
Can we use that or no?
Yes, it was fine.
You can edit that.
It doesn't need to be edited. It was fine. It was just like the show. It was like what we do all the time. Except for some reason, you didn't just keep rolling.
I'm rolling.
If we hadn't been doing the promo, you would have just kept going.
Let's roll.
All right. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
How I got into this German prison, I'll never know.
John Smith is next.
A 1 hour nonstop music wing ding starts now. X96.